Space. It seems to go on and on forever. But then you get to the end and the gorilla starts throwing barrels at you. And that's how you play the game.
You stink, loser.
Not yet. We just started. Oh, man. No. We just started. TalkRadar 112 rocks the house. 112. Wasn't that a shitty R&B band?
Oh, that sounds familiar.
Yeah.
112.
You're welcome. You're welcome, people who like recollecting on things. Who am I? I'm Christopher Antista.
I'm Michael Raparas. I am Brett Elston.
I am Tyler Nagata.
Man, we got that out of the way fast because it's a big podcast this week. We have some of the guys from PC Gamer to come in to talk StarCraft 2 because I don't know what I'm talking about. We have Dan Amrich stopping by for the first time, I think, since left podcast 80.
Since he left to Activision.
He left to go to Activision. He's going to dispel some Activision rumors.
Actimyths?
That
doesn't work.
And we also have, I used to have a drum roll, Tyler Wilde. No, this week also marks the first week of what? We have sold out. Yes! The first sponsorship on the podcast. It's ArcRise Fantasia. Yeah, exclusively on the Wii.
Yeah.
Someone listened.
Yeah, someone listened. ArcRise Fantasia from, what does this say? From the developers who created the highly lauded Luminous Arc comes the next epic role-playing game exclusively for Nintendo Wii. And, what were we going to say? Oh, on the page, on every TalkRadar page, you should see, where an ad would be, it's going to have our name, TalkRadar's name. You click on it, and you can win a Wii, you can win a bunch of games. It's not a typical spammy thing. It's officially sanctioned through us.
Yes.
Yeah. Our first sponsorship
So
partnership.
Everyone should click on that.
Yes, at least click on it.
Everyone should click on it and maybe go buy like 4 or 5 copies of ArcRise Fantasia for your Nintendo Wii.
I'm going to get 3 copies of ArcRise Fantasia for the Nintendo
Tell the clerk
Wii.
who told you.
Yes.
You won't get a discount, but you will spread awareness of TalkRadar.
Yes, make sure you say TalkRadar one word.
Also, we saw none of this money, but it just helps.
Yes.
Yeah.
If there is money on the line, it may just have been the contest promotion, but I still like the fact that people are willing to get behind the podcast. It doesn't matter. I don't care if they've heard it or not. Just the fact that this thing can be...
They cared.
It's the company will care. It means good things for us. It may mean more and it may mean better.
It means we may get new things like mics that don't hang off our heads.
And
That'd be nice.
And the only thing that they ask is that I tell you about ArcRise Fantasia.
Tell me.
Which combines high-quality 3D graphics and modern gameplay to push the envelope of the Wii's capabilities. And classic Japanese high-fantasy role-playing action involving airship dragons and a huge cast of characters. Brett, the music, I believe, you're hearing it right now. You like the music.
I am a fan of the music. It's from Yasunori Mitsuda, who, if you know your game music, and you all should, because I've been writing an article on it every day since March.
I want to give him some credit that they put it in the call-out, what he's done.
No, it's a big deal. I mean, most famously Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross, but also Xenosaga, Xenogears, Bomberman 64.
Oh.
The second attack, not the first one, I don't think.
Tobal number 1.
Yeah. I mean, this is all without me going to the wiki, and I think he also did the first Mario Party or something.
Wow.
Like that's one of the weird off ones, but just like everything he does, it's good stuff. And this game will be no different. I mean, he does not do a bad soundtrack.
Also, look at this progressive scan and true 16:9 widescreen support.
It is a pretty game. I did watch some of it being played.
Over 20 hours of gameplay, and that's it until we get to the commercial breaks, which, sorry, were meant for commercials. That's why they were there. Yes, but we have a top 7 this week as well. I wish we had the writer in the room. Oh, we do! We have the writer in the room.
Oh, my God.
Tyler, you want to introduce the writer of this piece?
I never noticed this barn door we installed in here.
Well, the writer of this week's top 7 is our senior wildlife editor, Mr. B. Buttercup.
Oh,
wow.
Hello, Buttercup.
I cannot believe we
He's
got
so
him here.
majestic.
Yeah, isn't he?
Where do you find a headset to fit on a horse?
I have no idea.
I went to Best Buy.
It's actually Lizzie's. It was strangely mean for no reason.
Strangely?
Top 7
climbers that make me wish I wasn't a horse.
I wasn't a horse because what would happen to a horse if he tried to climb something?
He'd fall.
That's right.
He would turn into
I never
Goofy.
thought I'd get to use that again. He'd turn into a dog, have a hat, and fall off a cliff. Probably into a pile of pots and pans.
I remember when this feature first came up, Tyler, you pitched it in the features meeting as just top 7 climbers, and then at some point, like I quit looking at I didn't stay up with the formation of it after that, and then when it went live, I realized it became climbers that make me wish I wasn't a horse. At what point did Buttercup assert his will?
Well, he got in touch with me, and he was explaining to me that he felt a little frustrated with just the editorial process in general in our department. You know, he felt that we were just sort of pigeonholing him into like sort of a narrow space, only giving him articles and assignments that had to do with ponies or horses or pet type stuff.
Calm down.
Yeah,
Calm down, Buttercup.
He's just running in place now.
So,
Tyler's on his side.
so he expressed some frustration. I said, well, you know what?
Just rub his nose here
Yeah.
like
All right.
this.
No, that's
Just
right.
rubbing his nose. He likes this.
Happiness.
He likes sugar
Buttercup.
cubes.
Ooh. No, you're right. He really does. Happiness is petting.
Just eats him right out of my mouth.
Easy! All right. There's plenty to go around.
Got some ground oats from Whole Foods.
All right, Buttercup. With the aid of Tyler Nagata,
You know.
He has his proxy.
what do we have as number 7?
Number 7 is the climber as seen in Crazy Climber.
Crazy Climber. And I actually shouldn't have yelled at Tyler. I'm like, this is the picture you should have used. It is from that Atari Age magazine, which purported the best game I've ever seen. A guy taking out a helicopter with, I think, a vulture and a homing missile.
Oh, yeah.
From Atari Age magazine.
Yeah, that's from back in the day when the art really had to oversell.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
the game was just blocks.
Yeah, if it doesn't look like a prog rock album cover, Atari didn't want any of it.
Right.
Crazy Climber. I don't know anything about it. We should ask Dan Amrich when he comes in,
Oh, yeah.
if he stops by today.
What about the Crazy Climber he scales buildings, I guess. The outsides of buildings.
And I kind of see it as one of the first. I actually never thought of building climbing games as like a sort of a genre in itself. But
I love it.
You think of Spider-Man, or you think of even number 2. Not to get ahead of ourselves,
of course
but
not.
it was sort of like a iconic beginning to that genre.
Yeah,
so.
I realized I do love scaling things in games.
Oh, yeah,
especially when it's
definitely.
done right.
That's like what makes Crackdown bearable.
Yeah.
Is the act of jumping.
Oh
and
my God!
scaling.
Yeah, that the
Not fun.
It's
bearable.
not fun, bearable. But
whatever. I'll be playing it soon. Look for me online. Here's what I did. I didn't know Crazy Climber had a Wii port.
I didn't either.
Is that Japan only?
It is a Japan only. Never received a Western release.
But then I tried to grab audio from the Atari game, and so many Atari games use this as the intro music. There it goes.
Well.
Why does a baby elephant walk? Like, why the fuck do so many games use that in Atari? And then I just got this sound effect. I don't know what it is. It wasn't representative of what's on screen. Sure.
Ugh.
Sure.
That sounds like you're getting hit in the junk.
Sounds like the duck from Adventure.
Ooh, Buttercup's giving you an okay.
All right,
Yeah.
sure.
So I think Buttercup here is suggesting, and I maybe missed. Well, that's an impersonator.
No, it isn't.
That's rude. The idea that as a horse, he's jealous that he cannot ascend vertical heights because of his build. His puny.
He can run.
He can run.
He can leap.
I did enjoy.
But the act of
Buttercup's
moving
asking that we go into number 6.
Oh, it's
wants-
getting a little antsy.
He wants to hear about StarCraft 2, the PC Gamer guys.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to get many actions per minute with a hoof.
Yeah.
Right.
Number 6 is what?
It's Lizzie, George, and Ralph.
Lizzie, George, and Ralph.
As seen in Rampage.
I don't want to.
You got to remember that these are all humans who were turned into
I
giant.
don't want to be the bearer of bad
yes.
news, but your headline says RAF.
Raph?
Well, Buttercup does make a lot of typos.
Yeah, apparently.
Although, as his editor,
And a little bit of English.
Yeah.
I got a Raph out of that. All right. Rampage. I have a bunch of the older music, but I think I grabbed some of the Rampage World Tour, which you also included.
Oh my God, that game!
The music. What the hell? Here, what do we have?
Generic arcade
King Kong. What do they call him?
George.
George.
The ape.
Yeah. God, it really feels like MTV showcasing like a new console or something like that.
Yeah.
Sega CD.
That song kind of smells like Nirvana.
Ooh, 16 bits of raw power
Reminds me of like a local commercial.
in my pants.
Pull your truck on up over. We're serving Orange Crush all day.
Yeah, Rampage. That's all I got on that.
I did play
Oh, here we
whole. What? I should. You're right. I shouldn't relate anything.
played a
but
whole?
let's-
I'm sorry. I'm just so much to do.
There's so much to do. Let's blow through all of it.
They say we're giving away 2 games.
No, you
I'm
didn't.
not even sure if I said that.
You didn't.
2
yet.
games to give away and some winners for some serious shit to announce.
Cool. Mm-hmm. I always played as Lizzie because it was a dinosaur. Well, it was it was the closest thing to Godzilla, and I was a huge Godzilla fan.
Ooh, I have heard the theme from World Tour 2.
And Lizzie, when I found out it was a girl, was really tough as like a 7-year-old boy. But oh god, it's a girl Godzilla. That's stupid.
It's gross.
But that's also one of those games
Even.
like you really like as a kid, and then I think there's a certain age where you genetically hate Rampage. You just go, I never want to play this game again.
Aww.
Did you find out Lizzie was a girl before you found out Samus was a girl?
No, Samus was like right away.
Oh, okay.
But Lizzie, every time you die, she turns into a girl and walks off screen. But they did climb things very well because you break
Yes.
down a bunch of buildings,
Yeah.
which pretty much takes us to number 5.
We're getting to it. It's Prince of Persia.
It's the Prince.
Did Buttercup mean to single out the original Prince of Persia specifically?
I think so.
I think that was.
Yeah.
I think that's what sort of what made it special. His ability to climb and drop
Right.
and hang on things. I'm not sure if I'd seen that before.
No, I loved Buttercup's write-up. I enjoy that his words are always about how feeble humans are. And,
Yes,
and
that's
just-
right. Rampage was prefaced with, I just kind of like it when bad things happen to humans.
Right. And I love that, like, the first Prince of Persia in '89 featured these fluid animations. You really got a sense for how hard it must have been to pull himself up from
Right.
ledges with those
Yeah.
incredibly weak forearms. Despite his stringy arms and
Yeah.
fragile frame, the Prince.
Yeah, Buttercup's pretty proud of that one.
Yeah, he's pounded the table with some force.
Oh, I believe so.
Something fierce.
Whoa!
Oh, easy.
Wow,
Easy now, easy now.
Easy, sir.
Whoa.
Oh,
His tiny hops realistically represented the limits of a human's unmuscular build.
I don't know what to say to people listening the first time.
Yeah.
I'd say it gets better, but it doesn't.
It doesn't.
This is great.
Although usually they're not written by a horse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our senior wildlife
Yeah.
editor.
This
Senior
is
wildlife.
only Buttercup's second top 7.
Yeah. Number 4.
Number 4. Desmond Miles.
As seen in Assassin's Creed 1 and 2.
Yes.
My name is Desmond Miles.
This is the first time. Well, I was going to say technically Nolan North appears as 3 characters on this list, but that's not true.
Well, it's an interesting way to combine both.
It
Prince
was.
of
No.
Assassin's Creed's game.
That is true. That is true. Altair and Ezio.
Yeah.
Essentially the same person.
Yeah.
And this is the, like, I guess, kind of evolution of Prince of Persia style scaling.
Yes.
I didn't play Assassin's Creed, so I don't know how far the scaling actually works in this, but it's, there's no skyscrapers, but there are ornate things dangling off of various buildings.
That was my theory, that this Assassin's Creed was based on a spec demo built to make the new Prince of Persia.
Right.
That's
The
just my
original
theory.
one, yeah.
The original game.
Fact.
So they've only said that, like, we weren't even trying to build Assassin's Creed, it just happened. Oh, well, what were you going to use that engine for? Prince of Persia, only thing. And maybe some Shaun White.
I love the 2008 Prince of
So do
Persia.
I. I hope they go
It's
back
so
to it.
sad that, I mean, I get why people would be disappointed in it, but I
Great
loved
music.
it. I loved those little scavenger hunt things, and they weren't stupid about it. I just liked...
I like solid platforming, period.
Yeah, the platforming was just great.
I don't care about the combat. Combat, I don't know, I could take or leave in all of these games.
Yeah.
Combat in the second one was pretty good.
Second Prince of Persia? Or second...
Second Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. Assassin's Creed. Yeah, it was, actually. I love that rhythm, the rhythm counters.
Yep.
Bam. Is that it? Everybody's at me. We'll go into number 3, Michael's area of expertise.
I'm gonna find out who did this to me. And I'm gonna make him pay.
Alex Mercer.
Alex Mercer, who, like Hulk and Spider-Man before him, can just run all the way the fuck up the sides of skyscrapers.
Yes.
So does he really climb, then?
Does he really?
He can if he wants to.
Does he really?
It's
No,
just
he
it's
does.
much faster to run.
He can grab onto stuff, too.
Yeah.
He can
He
grab.
can stab a wall
He can grab, but that's not climbing.
for support.
There's no effort there.
Ah.
But
All right, I'll think you
Buttercup,
wanna-
I'm calling you on this one. I think this is a false entry.
I don't know.
It is.
I'll come back.
I
Don't
think it's
leave.
more fun. It's more fun to climb things as Alex Mercer because there's very little effort involved. Because you can just dash up at top speed.
I will allow it.
But the challenge isn't there.
If challenge is what's represented in games like Crackdown and Infamous, where it's just hopping from one ledge to the next, I think I'd rather just cut out the middleman.
All right.
Don't wikipars.
Oh,
me for
am I
that.
not supposed to use that anymore? You don't seem to like it.
Not for that.
All right.
Not for a statement of opinion.
There we go.
Save
We'll
it for
just
when
use
I'm
that one.
correcting someone.
This is also one
That
of
was Michael.
That was him
informing
correcting
somebody.
you, by the way, Chris.
Yes. Oh, my bad. My bad.
There you go. That's
Turn a
better.
fair noise from Michael. There we go.
This is also one of Buttercup is fastly forming a habit of going into these really long tangents. So
I know.
he just kind of breaks out into sharing a nightmare he has about Alex Mercer.
I think I can put...
Oh, yeah, I did like his nightmare, his description of a nightmare.
Wow, look at her go.
Oh, man. It's all right. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, he's now.
have some
But
cues.
he's going.
You have a sugar cube. Have a bouillon cube. It's good for you. It's good for
It's
you.
made of beef. It's what horses crave.
Number two.
Horses want to eat cows.
How about some number 2 in your face?
Nathan Drake.
Nathan Drake of
Nathan
Uncharted.
Drake.
Also of...
Who appears, based off of Buttercup's statements here, I think Nathan Drake is video game's first omnisexual being.
Yeah,
Because the horses are attracted
Interesting way
to
to
him.
put it.
the guys are.
The guys are attracted
Yeah.
to him, and the ladies. Like,
Yeah.
who doesn't want to get on Nathan Drake?
You make it sound so dirty.
I was queued up correctly.
Nice.
Very odd. Nathan Drake, yes.
Well,
Climber
anyway,
extraordinaire.
I'm getting a little hot.
Well, what I do love about Uncharted, and especially Uncharted 2, is how so often you're doing the same kind of movements, jumping onto ledges or hopping over a chasm or something like that. But they make it look different every time,
do.
Yeah.
especially in 2.
It's a mix of the
Yeah.
angle and the animation
Yeah.
and just and just the environment itself. Like that, I still haven't played the first one, but
2 is amazing.
I left every single scene.
I think
of
it's still
Uncharted 2.
one of the highest, I don't know, the highest marks for our medium.
Yeah.
Number 2.
Oh yeah, from the dialogue
Number
and
2.
the gameplay,
Uncharted 2.
all the way.
And the music. Let's not forget that. Oh, we're going to go into number 1?
Let's get it.
Number 1.
Oops, all out of order. Number 1. Number 1 is
Wander
Wanderer.
from Shadow of the Colossus.
And you know what? I didn't want to do it for everybody because it was be too grating. I have a clip, exclusive, of Wander climbing.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
That's some good grunts.
The wind. If you listen to it again, the wind is like my entire memory of Shadow of the Colossus.
Now, be honest, Buttercup. Did you just pick him because he's partially defined by his horse?
I'm sure if Buttercup could speak, he would admit to having a little soft spot.
He didn't. Oh, he does mention.
Oh, wait.
Argo.
It may phrase it more clearly, Michael.
Aggro.
What?
Phrase the question again to Buttercup. Just say it again.
I've already forgotten what it was.
Oh, Jesus.
Did you prefer?
Yeah, did you give preferential treatment to Wander because he's partially defined by a horse?
Oh, look at that. Happens to you sometimes. Buttercup.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was rather
Buttercup answered
esoteric.
definitively. Yes, it was, but most of
as-
these sounds are.
But on a serious note. God damn it, you're on fire.
I know. I'm filled with zest over the thought of coin in my pocket.
Yes, that's
Which isn't happening, by the way.
yeah, I was gonna say I didn't see any money from this.
Nothing
but,
to do.
But if it's convincing the higher ups that hey, we're a worthwhile endeavor.
Yeah, that maybe we can do one more of these a week, and I can do one less horrible feature every week. Just could be a good thing.
Hey, I like your features.
I don't like all of them. I've had some bad ones.
You don't like any of them.
Bad ones.
The moment you post something,
Shoes?
oh, it's terrible.
Gaming's greatest shoes. That's irredeemable. Irredeemable. If this were a reality show about games journalology, I would have been voted off first. Gaming shoes.
Whatever.
Fuck me.
Put that in your portfolio.
Never. Never.
We all have.
Tattoo it on your arms.
My portfolio is already Charlie Barrett articles with the name changed.
It's already a fartfolio.
Fartfolio. Wow. I hope there's a vaccine for that.
As climbers go, back on topic for just a minute.
All right. Transition button.
He really is. Like, this is the game that I kind of look to as fighting giant bosses. Like, this game is kind of the reason I hate QuickTime events because it has none. And all the games that have giant bosses that you scale and fight, or anything that's kind of like this, or even that involve climbing in general, this is the game that I feel like I'm climbing, and it's an effort, and it's challenging, and I have to actually do it. I have to hold a button down while I by the time you kill this thing, you're like, damn it, that was tough, and figuring it out yourself. And the game was designed so well that it wasn't just figure it out yourself, jerk. It was like it would give you cues, like, oh, that's what I should do. And I loved everything about Shadow of the Colossus, and even as climbing go, I think it's the best climbing game ever.
Just think of Dark Void.
Because I don't consider Spider-Man like a climber. He's more about the swinging than he is the climbing.
Right.
Dark Void, you're just flying and you get next to something and you hit a button, and then it enters into the same cinema every time.
Yeah.
Circle X,
dumb game,
analog stick, and every time, every alien is going to react to you the same. It's not important.
Yeah.
Does anybody want to get into StarCraft stuff?
Sure, I'm on game.
Well, let's take Buttercup. Come on.
Yeah.
Buttercup, it was very, very nice.
Thank you for the top 7, Buttercup.
Thank you, Buttercup.
No.
All right.
Now, Buttercup really got to run.
Wow, he just tore ass.
Oh, he did.
Wow, jeez.
Apparently straight into Hanna-Barbera Studios.
No, fuck you too, Buttercup.
Gosh.
All right, well, oh my God, let's get the PC Gamer guys in here.
I'm excited.
All right, Brett, you going to stick around?
I've actually got to go write something. And take. But I will exchange the seat now for someone who knows their StarCraft.
That's right. 2
because
seats.
it is the biggest game ever
Yes.
of this year.
Of this
It
year.
is, indeed.
Hop on in, PC Gamer.
Eric, Josh! All right, now we're going to talk about StarCraft. How long is this going to go, Tyler?
How long you got?
All right, good. We'll see. Sorry, I know it's the biggest game in the world.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Josh and Eric are in here. Hi.
Hi, Chris.
Why,
Hi,
hello. Look
Josh
at that.
and Eric. Good to see you.
Josh and Eric from PC Gamer.
Yeah, what the
That's
fuck?
right. The
Should
world's
he-
#1 PC gaming magazine.
Well, it's a magazine, but
Thank
it
you,
doesn't.
Tyler.
You know what they don't have? A URL.
Oh, but we do
what?
now.
They do.
What? I'm going to give that a dramatic impact. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
'Cause I can't.
Funny,
5 people on for the
www.pcgamer.com.
first time in a long time.
Yeah.
PCGamer.com?
Yes.
Yes. Have you ever had someone from PC Gamer?
No, never. I was kidding, but I wanted to say
I was like,
you guys
I've been
have a new,
listening since episode 7, and
you guys have a new website, and
Yeah,
it's very
it's-
nice.
thank
And
you.
It's updated regularly.
It is. I was just updating it before I came here, actually.
Exactly. All things to Herald. And are you guys really hitting the StarCraft 2 news hard?
Yeah.
I saw a commercial for it on ESPN, and I was like, I didn't realize
Yeah.
it was going to be, they were going to push it this big in the States.
Yeah. It's pretty incredible. They've been pushing advertisement everywhere. I mean,
Yeah.
we've had, because it is basically the biggest PC release in, the decade at least,
Yeah.
I imagine.
Could be.
Yeah, so we've been doing StarCraft all week. and
It's
so
the week of StarCraft.
The
at
week of
PC.
StarCraft.
Oh, yeah.
It is. Yeah. Not as awesome as, Shark Week or anything like that at Games Radar.
That was fantastic.
Yeah.
So
So
really surprised the sponsors didn't come running after that for Shark Week. But
Yeah.
Michael is here because he played the hell out of the first one.
Yeah, when it was new, 12 years ago.
When it was new, but you played the expansion. I didn't play
Yeah,
any of it, so
yeah.
I'm letting you guys talk.
All
And
right.
maybe hit a fart button or two.
That's an important
See?
contribution.
That's right.
Thank you.
Well, I gotta say, I'm loving the single player campaign so far.
You hear that, Michael?
Yeah.
Something to look forward to.
Yeah.
It's
Well, I bought the game today, so I will have played it by the time this airs, just not right now.
Not right now.
well, let me tell you, Michael, you
All
are
right,
in
yeah,
for a
tell
treat.
me. Am I?
You are in for a treat.
You were the first person I ever
Yes.
heard describe the single player to me in any kind of detail.
Well, what kind of struck me was there's sort of a Firefly-esque aesthetic to it.
Yeah.
I think.
Whoa. Okay.
I don't know.
I
Any
don't
there's
know
a-
that,
agreements?
that far, but okay.
He's hit me with a specific song from the soundtrack, and yeah, it's like almost exactly Firefly.
Oh.
It's very sci-fi western.
Yeah.
You've got Jim Raynor, your space cowboy. He's kind of gone rogue, you know.
Well, they still have the Confederacy with their stars and bars.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
And it's, I mean, without giving too much away, I haven't gotten too far into the story, but the single player is very striking because it doesn't play like you think an RTS would. like, sure, there's your familiar elements, base building, unit control, but there is so much story, and there's so much cinema and drama and character interaction, even outside of that normal base building and unit. In between missions, you kind of go into a dank bar where there's an old jukebox playing Western tunes.
Oh, you're going to hear that song, too.
Oh, yeah. And
break. But wait, what is it called? You got one shotgun, one Zerg.
One beer.
Something like that. Shotgun, one Zerg, one beer.
Yeah. There's an old arcade cabinet sitting in the corner you can actually play.
Yeah. Oh, it's Lost Vikings, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Old Blizzard
old
homage.
Blizzard game.
Yeah.
It was one of our trivia questions at Comic-Con. Whose first game, noted for many other things, was Justice League Task Force. And it's Blizzard. Blizzard's first game is a shitty Justice League game.
Yeah. Is that the one they just ported over? Or was
Maybe,
that...
yeah.
Yeah, because I remember talking with Mike Morheim, and they were talking about how they took their first job of just porting a game because they didn't know how to make a game. And so they got to take all the code and look at the code and be like, oh, this is how you make a game. And then they went and made their
Lost
own.
Vikings, good.
Yeah.
Rock and Roll Racing.
Oh, classic. I played
Right.
the crap out of that game. So, yeah, I mean, it's Blizzard doing... I mean, if anyone who plays WoW knows this, too. I mean, Blizzard's production values over the year have gone out the roof. Their cinematics are incredible. I mean, moving. StarCraft 2 has parts already that will leave you in tears.
Did you see that cinematic that they released online last week?
That was crazy.
I got shivers twice during that.
Oh, yeah.
And Tyler was telling me about even, there's an in-game cinema that you were complimenting?
Well, I mean, there's the really high-polished CG cutscenes that they ripped a lot of the footage out of that for the more recent commercials. But a lot of the cutscenes that take place in between missions as you're talking to other people on your ship, it's sort of done in the in-game style graphics. So when you go and you're getting ready, you're getting debriefed for your upcoming mission, you can see the characters on your ship with sort of an over-the-shoulder shot, and they're looking at a shot on the display that shows the map and the units going and moving around on the map that you're about to visit, and it kind of adds a kind of a cool element of realism where it's you're seeing things you're seeing the cutscenes with in-game graphics as you look at the RTS screen.
I thought it's not even breaking the fourth wall. It's showing him no, this is the console the commander uses, the same one you were using.
It's also very Mass Effect-y when you in between missions, when you go to your hub and you're choosing what your next mission is going to be, or as you're exploring your ship and engaging in dialogue with your other crewmates. It's has this sort of Mass Effect-y tint to it. In terms of, you can choose which mission you're going to take next, and in some missions you're going to be required to make a choice to side with one person or the other, I
got to get you guys a beer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I've been waiting for that.
Right, Eric? No? Good. You guys can curse, by the way. That's sort of why you were brought on. Somebody say something
Just
filthy.
to curse? Shit.
Okay, beer's going up.
Alright, so, I mean, that's such a nice break, because, I remember... I'm not a huge RTS guy. The last big RTS I played was Age of Empires. It's in between missions, you basically get a crappy little map with the dotted line. That's okay, click the next box. And you're oh, okay, now I'm going to England. This is wonderful. And it's so nice to just have actual characters that you actually care about in there and having the jukebox, and you can walk around. Even if it's there's no real depth. I mean, you're not going to do anything game-breaking or outstanding in there, but it's just nice to do something different
totally.
in between missions.
Totally.
And what's another thing that's great about in between missions is there's almost RPG elements where you can spend to upgrade your troops just for single player. It doesn't apply to multiplayer. That way they keep the balance going and stuff. But you can buy mercenaries and stuff, and it all ties into the storyline. Something revolutionary for an RTS once again from Blizzard.
And I haven't played too much into it, but I haven't run into any really repetitive missions in terms of how they're structured. So far, each mission has interesting objectives or a neat little twist on it.
Definitely.
Just in terms of how it plays, whether it's a special unit or something, or a special building that you have to use, or an interesting objective. So
yeah, I'm really excited to get back and get the Fire Bat, because that was one of my favorite units from the first game, and I was really bummed it didn't make it into multiplayer.
It looks great in the single player game.
The Fire Bat?
Yes.
Yeah, it's basically a dude with dual flamethrowers
in a mech suit.
Very specialized space marine.
Right.
I don't know. I feel very weird for not playing this.
And there's the lore.
You are weird.
There's always the lore.
I never had a
Like when you
PC
click
when
on
it
your
came out.
Firebat guy, it tells you like a lot of Firebat pilots are known for being kind of insane because they're breathing all the fumes in their suit.
What I'm hearing here is that that WoW money is going to good use.
yes, it's going to good use.
What were the rumors? Like $100 million?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I think
Don't make it all back.
Yeah,
easily. Times over.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I remember when it was a big deal to hear. I was like, "This game costs over $1 million to
Right.
make."
It really showed in Zork. So
Right now, they're estimating 1.8 million copies sold outside of Korea so far. So,
oh my God! So once they get those Korean figures,
Yeah.
Once they get it
at
from the
least
guy in the
triple.
big sunglasses,
In Korea, it's what, like 2 copies per capita, something.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
It's actually required by law that you own a copy.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
a driver's license.
Oh, right.
I just want to see what their
Makes
economy
sense.
did, like 2 days ago. Just drop,
Yeah.
and shut down.
oh, sorry, that was my drop noise. I don't know if any of this is picking up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you hearing all this?
It's pretty soft.
totally.
Because you were talking about how big it was in Korea, and I was looking for something to play, and I found
That
a
gong.
fucking Korean comedian doing StarCraft impressions and killing. And
I
killing.
love
And they're
that
the
guy.
old ones. Have you guys seen this?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, hold on. I can't hear this, so give a little background if you can.
종이 비행기에 있습니다.
Ready launch order. Sector Rafi going to sea. I'll take formation.
And it's all of a sudden he goes English on you.
Yeah.
And
Yes, sir.
this
Yes, sir.
one.
Good to go, sir. Down read you. Just finish.
그리고 다음에는 이제 그 사이언스 베이스
And then-
한번 해보겠습니다.
We have your result.
And then the next one, he fucking kills. Like there's an audience of like American Idol sized people.
해보겠습니다.
And my favorite one on that one is because he actually hunches over and starts waving his arms like he's the unit.
Yeah.
The crowd just goes crazy.
Yeah, and they're showing that little icon. Yeah, the crowd goes nuts. Like everybody got it.
Oh yeah, I mean you can find videos on our site. We put on Sunday was
Korea Day.
Korea Day, where we
Korea
just
Day.
talked about Korea and StarCraft, and they have, I mean, celebrities, which, I mean, they will walk into a room with, I don't know, like Kanye West levels of swagger and douchiness, and girls will tackle each other to get this guy. Like, just, it blows my mind that someone who plays StarCraft for a living can just have any girl in that room, and he doesn't care.
No.
If any of us were in Korea, we'd basically be celebrities. I mean,
Really?
we chose the wrong country, I think.
Well, I mean, well,
To be
Tyler,
born in,
Tyler
yes.
Nagata would, because I believe he won the StarCraft 2 tournament today.
Had to bring
I
it
didn't
up.
want to bring it up. But like,
I was waiting for that.
what, he's our PC guy. He went in
Yeah.
there to represent, and apparently
He represents
finals.
well. I mean,
Yeah.
he was kind of like we all play together. We're all us PC gamer editors on Battle.net often enough. But Tyler Nagata came in. He's this like unknown force, right?
Yeah. No more fucking giving me a slice of humble pie. Yeah.
Totally.
Tyler, you're an expert on StarCraft. Well, I don't really know that much of it. And the next day, he's like, yeah, they moved me up to the Platinum League. I didn't even ask.
I'm struggling here in the Copper League. It's like, yeah, I got pennies. Yeah.
Yeah. So we had a tournament in the office. We're hosting it. We're trying to do PC Gamer, grab a couple people from the office.
Yeah.
We're like, Tyler, we think he plays some.
Yeah.
No, he's a total hustler.
Yep.
Yeah.
Every day he's hustling.
Yeah.
That's how Tyler
Every
does.
day I'm hustling.
That's how he rolls.
I had it. And what was your secret, Tyler?
What was my secret?
Oh.
Scouting.
Scouting.
Yeah.
Y'all
Scouting
don't
is
know
a
about
secret.
that scouting.
You gotta know what your opponent is building, what your opponent is planning. So
See,
send the
even
gatherer unit down there. Send some overlords around.
even if I knew what Tyler was building, I'm not sure I would know how to perfectly counter it. But like Tyler saw what I was building, it works flawlessly against all the PC Gamer guys. He's like, oh yeah, I'm just going to build 20 Hydralisks and own your entire base. I almost cried.
Oh,
How close was it, though?
It wasn't. I didn't feel like it was that bad. Maybe Tyler should hear more if he wants to. I felt like I have lost much worse.
Now, to be
Before.
fair, Tyler's first match was against me, and I got my ass handed halfway to China.
Really? Really? Wait, how quick?
We had probably a 12-minute game. Yeah.
it was a small map though,
It was a very small map.
and it was a GG.
Yeah.
It's always a good game. It's a good game.
I see.
Yeah, and Tyler, the Zerg have this stupid tunnel that they can just build anywhere they can see. So Tyler just goes in the back of my base, builds a tunnel, and I'm dead.
Yep.
It was brutal.
It's one of the ultimate, came from behind moments. Like you see it coming and you can't stop it. And it's just poor
But
Eric.
I mean, just to branch out a little on multiplayer, what Blizzard's done with multiplayer is almost the most impressive thing to me. Like, they've built basically an entire social network in Battle.net. Like, you have real ID friends where it just displays their real names for you. It tracks everything you do, every last little stat, every replay of every game you've played in the past month. I mean, it's incredible to me. I couldn't explain the technology behind it to you, but I don't know how you guys feel about it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really looking forward to watching the replay of Tyler kicking my ass over and over again, but, it's good to know that it's out there.
But if anyone does want to watch that replay over and over again, it is on our site at GameStop.com.
Of course it is.
The final match is commentated by Evan Lottie. And
nice.
I think he did a really good job of describing how I was beating Josh.
And talk with us.
Yeah, I know. He's too busy commentating, maybe he's going to be a professional StarCraft commentator now.
He could be.
There's good money in that. Yeah,
I believe it.
Not for a couple thousand miles, but eventually.
Right.
He likes Korean
There's
food.
good shekels. What do they have? What's their currency there? I forgot.
No clue.
I used to know. Michael would have known.
I don't know.
What's Korean currency?
Minerals and
won?
Vespine
It is
gas.
the one, Michael Warren. It is the one.
Nice.
Is there anything you guys aren't liking about StarCraft 2 so far?
The one thing we kind of mentioned today, we were talking about how all the friends lists inside of the game are real ID friends. They don't have just like a StarCraft friends list like World of Warcraft has or something. So if I want to friend somebody, he gets my personal email, my real name, everything else. Yeah, and he can contact me no matter what Blizzard game I'm playing. There's no way to just be like, hey, let's play StarCraft from time to time. Nope. You're either best friends or nothing.
All right. I feel like we should do a video assignment. Just have Lizzie sign up and see what happens. On Voice Chat.
Yeah.
You also do have to sign into Battle.net just to play the single player
right?
campaign.
Oh, just a single player.
Yeah.
You have to sign in online at least once. There is an offline mode, kind of a la Steam for all you PC gamers out there. Like, if you sign in online, you can check an offline box and then log in offline for up to a month. But yeah, internet connection is required.
Yeah.
Balderdash. Yeah. Will you guys make note of that in your review?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, you bet.
Uh-oh. Is that what did Logan tell me? The Assassin's Creed got like a 9, but also marked with a don't buy.
Yeah.
Do not buy.
I thought that was great.
It's awesome.
I love that.
It's awesome. Fantastic game. Please don't buy it.
Yeah. Fantastic game. Don't buy it.
Yeah, because we get a lot of letters from people that really don't care about DRM. So for those people, I mean, it's good that they know it's a great game.
It's not something people in our business should encourage. Right? Nothing that breaks the game into that comes from the internal of the company.
Yeah.
You shouldn't intentionally do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not something you see on consoles, that I know of at least. And PC gamers get a bad rep because piracy, well, it is rampant on the system. But
when hasn't it been?
Yeah.
That's sort of my argument against the piracy in the PC end, because most people do pirate something to try it before they buy it. I have tons of friends who pirate stuff, and when they like it, they just go out and buy it because they don't want to have to deal with the hassle of pirating it all the time.
Yeah.
But
and how many of those people that kind of try it, maybe don't like it, those people wouldn't have bought the game anyways.
Wouldn't have touched it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have touched it anyway. And it's like an illegal demo to me.
Yeah.
That's what I consider piracy.
And it ticks me off when game companies come out and they say, oh, we have proof that 5 million people pirated our game. That's 5 million lost sales.
Yeah.
It's like, no,
yes.
it's not.
Every cent of that is a lost
Yeah.
sale.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, if there wasn't piracy, all 5 million of those people would have rushed out and dropped $60 on our game.
Absolutely.
Yes, there was a gamer playing our game in front of an open window on a crowded street. We lost a sale for every person who walked by and saw it.
Yeah.
Exactly. And there's this great trend towards free-to-play, which is what I kind of view as that demo mode, basically. But it's legal, and it's great. I hope it really catches on in the PC. It's perfect, because people can get the client anyways. And so why not just give the client to them free?
Yeah,
And, if they like it, start charging them for a little extra.
Yeah, it only took a little while for me fiddling with Steam. Like, oh yeah, I'll never pirate anything again. Like, I don't need to. I'd much rather have this console, this stable thing that stays on my computer, any computer for the rest of my life. I'll take that.
I mean, just the ability to copy that Steam apps folder and move it to a new computer. I mean, it's incredible.
I have so much shit on Steam, I don't even have room or the specs to install, but I'll buy it just so it's there forever and ever.
Yeah,
Wonderful shit.
Valve is awesome like that. They treat PC gamers with a lot of respect that maybe Ubisoft could learn from.
Well, I think I know it's probably that's all Steam is to me is a console. They are an Xbox Live. That is their DRM. And that's cool.
But basically, I mean, there are other services out there. There's Direct to Drive and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But Valve really has the best around. And if only you could get StarCraft 2 through Steam.
Oh man, that's probably never going to happen.
Well, Blizzard likes
no way
their
Blizzard
own
will
little
doubt that.
world.
They're too
doubtful. Yeah.
Two
They don't
companies
need
that are
Steam.
too big and will not play together.
Yeah.
Michael, does it bother you that you'd have to sign on to BattleNet just to play the single player?
Slightly.
You still going to go for it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I already have a BattleNet account.
You
from
won't be
years ago,
disappointed.
so
I
says you.
guarantee.
It's a little weird.
I guarantee you.
But I remember I had to do that just like
I do.
like SSX online. I had to sign in.
Will I get
Nation.
achievements
Where's
for
that?
playing?
Yes,
Oh,
you
yeah.
will get
Damn.
achievements.
And your
Cut
profile
off
has
my
a
argument.
trophy case that you can showcase your favorite
Yeah, you can
achievements.
pick your favorite
Yeah.
achievements, put them in this little trophy case. as you get more achievements, you unlock more profile pictures for your more emblems for your units. Like Blizzard with Wrath of the Lich King, Blizzard implemented achievements into WoW, and I think they got a good response because StarCraft 2 is fucking loaded with them.
Yeah.
So
You know what I think they need to do is they need to go ahead and do that big Galactic Imperial Senate trophy display thing that Sony was going to do, because obviously Sony's not going to do anything with it. So.
Yeah.
Good old
That would
home,
be awesome.
right?
Yeah, exactly.
The waiting in line simulator.
That's charitable.
Is there anything you can say to get a console nerd like me to jump on, upgrade their computer, and get into the craftage?
The only thing I can say is it's an absolute gaming phenomena. Like, this is the game that all your friends are going to be playing. And
Yes. It's only that it looks like... I know they're not... RTSs aren't, like, incredibly complicated. You just need to... They take a little time to learn. You learn one, you'll play a billion.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like... you want to look at what I consider to be the latest console phenomenon. It's still Halo. I mean, it's a phenomenon. And this is kind of PC's Halo. Like, all your friends that are PC gamers are going to be playing this. It's going to be around for a long time. We know Blizzard's making at least 2 more kind of StarCraft 2 story bits, because this first one only focuses on the Terran. So the next one's going to be the Zerg campaign, and then the third one's going to be the Protoss campaign. They're still like 35 missions long each, so they're still massive games. I mean, if you ever wanted to get in on a phenomenon, literally like a worldwide phenomenon at the ground level, StarCraft 2 is your best bet for a while.
To put it away, I like, as a online gamer, if you want to get a game where you'll never find an empty server or people not playing, so there's always going to be action every time of day for years to come. I know it's this one.
Yeah, and Blizzard's matchmaking is incredible. For what I've experienced, so we were in the beta for a long time. So, like, I'm not great.
Yeah.
I'm really not. But I played a few games. It gives you a rank. It says, like, you're in the Copper League, rank 546 or something. And I was playing games that I could have fun playing. It wasn't like in StarCraft 1 where I might log in, find some Korean kid, this is all he does, die within 10 minutes. I matched against players my skill level. It's fun, and I can't emphasize that enough. Like, I'm not huge on RTS. StarCraft is fun for me to play.
I found out why through Plants vs Zombies it's hard for me to play an RTS, and it's because I'm such a bleeding heart hippie fuckface that I can't cope with the loss of even a single troop. It's like I didn't play a lot of RTSs and like somebody dies. Start over. No one's we're not losing anyone. We're not leaving without you. And so I just got to get rid of like something
that's not a great attitude.
I couldn't even play like chess. My pawn. Got my pawn.
I'm a little bit that way, but I wait for, like, when I start getting major losses, it's like, fuck it, restart, start over. Now I know where the attack's going to come from. All right.
Yeah, I always need a perfect
I'll just
game.
fortify there. Oh, fuck, the attack's coming from a different direction this time. God damn it.
See, I've got the perfect solution for you, Chris.
Okay.
You need to play as Zerg.
Zerg?
Because they are the evil alien race destroying the galaxy. So the
right.
more of them that die, the better.
They're the hive mind or something.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
they're just
Plus-
one big thing anyway.
Yeah.
Plus, you can pump out a lot of them in a hurry.
Yeah, it's it's like losing a fingernail.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
let me write this down. What
Getting
was it, Zerg?
haircuts. Yeah.
Zerg.
Yeah.
Do Zerg.
Zerg haircut.
Zerg brush.
OMG.
Yeah,
I'm already speaking the language.
KKK.
The thing about StarCraft, though, and this is my one big complaint with just StarCraft design in general, it's built to let players grief you. Like, the best way to grief you is the best way to win. So players will do it. Like, a good tactic is to take one of their building units, run it over to your building units, and just run it around yours to screw up your pathfinding.
To mock me?
Yes. Just to sit there and mock you. And then, like Tyler, he would run over, bring his little drone, and start building his buildings on top of your resources. And you're like, what the hell, dude? Like, I'm trying to build there. And it's like, we aren't even fighting yet. And it's just, so StarCraft 2 can be a bit frustrating at first, because people are just dicks.
Imagine it get a little nasty.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm always worried about.
Well, at least from my experiences in the beta, if you play a few games, it'll start matching you with people at your
That's
store.
what it was about most of PC gaming.
Also, the single-player campaign, very accessible, and I haven't tried it yet, but they have all these tutorials, I guess, to ease you into multiplayer tactics and get you in that mindset. So
back when I was into PC gaming and gave up, and some of it had to do with hardware specs that I couldn't afford, but then a lot of it had to do with that, like, I had to do my own matchmaking. Oh, this guy seems like a nice gentleman. Fuck, kill.
Nothing better than noobs only game, you know. And
I want to go in the noob board. Thanks. I do like a good matchmaking system.
Yeah.
The last time I played an RTS game online in any sort of multiplayer, it was Warcraft 3. And
that was recent,
within
right?
10 years.
So that gives you an idea. But just within 2 minutes of starting play, I think I had gotten to the point where it's like, okay, I'd harvested enough lumber to build a barracks and pump out like 2 basic troops, and all of a sudden there's like 6 giant purple centaurs and like a shit ton of these walking tree things that just descend on my base and massacre everything.
Like he was just starting to have wife and kids, setting up a nice cottage, and then Romans.
This will be the family tree where we mark our heights as we grow up.
So once we have kids, oh dear Lord.
Should have built our civilization faster.
Oh dear Lord. All right, StarCraft 2. All right, I'll give it a shot, even though it's like the first PC game I can remember in years that has sold flat out of the gate $60. $60.
Yeah, it really is.
Modern Warfare 2 did that.
Did it really?
Yeah.
That's
so basically Activision.
Activision.
Speaking of Activision, Dan Amrich coming up next. Nice segue.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll tell you what games you can win. Hint, they're also from Activision and new. And yes, more TalkRadar, presented by our Price and Fantasia.
Nice.
Shotgun. Zerg. You got a Zerg and a shotgun, and I'm bringing them home to you.
Hi, this is Bill Corbett of Mystery Science Theater 3000 and RiffTracks.com, and you're listening to TalkRadar. Did I say that right? TalkRadar, not the TalkRadar.
An Ark-Rise Fantasia synopsis. Ark-Rise Fantasia is set in the Meridian Empire. Creatures called the Contaminant Dragons are causing a lot of trouble as they pass the Meridian in flock. If one is killed, the resulting explosion poisons the local area. When the Empire receives word that the massive horde has its sights on the capital, Diamant, it immediately sends out an army to fight them, including La Arc, a cool and collected novice mercenary, and his friend Alf, the beloved prince and second in line for the throne. La Arc is severely injured during the battle, but is saved by a girl named Rafia, who has secrets in her past and possesses the power to control L'Equal, naturally occurring storms of no magic that usually take the form of luminous rain. A young woman named Adelie, who has been a friend of La Arc's in childhood, renders assistance to the party through use of unique form of combat, luminomancy. Ark-Rise Fantasia out now, exclusively for the Nintendo Wii.
TalkRadar, bitches.
All of a sudden, I could feel 100% evil come over me.
Whoopee! I'm going to GamesRadar.com, the official website of the internet.
Can you dig it?
Oh, that's right.
Oh, no more StarCraft.
No more StarCraft. Not yet. But you know what else? Arcrise Fantasia.
Oh my goodness.
Presents Talk Radar segment 2. Out now on the Wii.
Sure is.
Out now on the Wii from the makers of their Ignition, right?
Yeah.
Ignition, good folks. What was that other Wii game they made? Muramasa. Yes.
Also released Deadly Premonition.
Did it really?
Ignition, yes.
Oh man, take a chance.
I did review Muramasa. I loved it.
Bringing us in was the new Medal of Honor trailer.
Yeah. Oh goodness.
What is that? Linkin Park?
That is a Linkin Park song.
It sure is.
Which that song is on the soundtrack to the game, which is going to be great and fun.
I mean, those two things go together.
Yeah.
Rap metal and war.
Metal and war.
Is it 2000 again?
Hey, talk to some soldiers. You might be surprised.
Oh, I know. I get that, but just...
You just want to kill somebody, right? Every time I hear in the end.
Yeah. You know, they made that video themselves, and it was really
I think we have another trailer.
Yeah, there's actually a second Linkin Park.
I want to
Medal of
preface
Honor
this
trailer.
by saying that I actually realize that I don't totally hate Linkin Park.
I still like Hybrid Theory.
It's not that I dislike them, but I go through YouTube.
Yeah.
And it's way oversaturated with everything.
Well, and the radio as well. Like back when they were like a mainstay, it was too much.
And the radio, and it's like, ooh, look at this, a Kingdom Hearts Kyrie tribute.
Oh god.
Click. What the fuck? What? This is my Kyrie preview.
This is the internet's favorite song. I think I saw like a Gears of War trailer. What was it? The guy said like recut for extra drama, or something like that. And he just like taken out the Mad World music and put this in.
Yeah, actually, Chris, can you go ahead and play me a Neon Genesis tribute video? On
I think I can.
You find one? I like that. What is this?
I bet there's about 7,000 Dragon Ball Z tributes that also have.
Oh, the best instance of that I think is when.
Yeah, actually, Chris, can you play me all 7,000 of those Dragon Ball Z tributes right now?
Thank you. Oh,
beautiful. Like when Dragon Ball Z, when they started putting out the movies, like again in the like Dead Zone and those early movies, I can't remember which one it was, but it was like with music from Disturbed, and it's like a cartoon movie that had been made probably 8 or 10 years before that. So it had Disturbed music, and it's like a meteor falling under Earth, and meanwhile it's just, and get stupefied, and Stupefied's playing while Goku's powering up. And it's like, wow, that was a YouTube video 6 years before YouTube.
I think I have a lead on. Remember, we were obsessed with the worst YouTube tribute video.
Oh yes,
I may have a inkling of planted the seeds of an upcoming contest where you can win cool ass capture gear for making or finding the worst YouTube video.
I think they should have to make it.
I think you should have to make it. I don't care how you make it.
The worst one I've seen so far was Balto, the cartoon dog with my humps put over it, and it's all the dogs like what?
For additional awfulness, I would suggest that rather than actually just recut video directly on your computer, you first film all the video on a TV.
Yes, CRT.
Yeah, CRT. If we can see a reflection of the room, so much the better.
Just the shittier the better.
Yeah, and then recut that into a music.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe I should mention that I'm
maybe
here.
Creed.
Oh, sorry,
because I noticed that the popularity of Creed in these music videos seems to have dropped off.
Oh, the best one was the Spider-Man hero song.
Michael and I weren't done.
The Spider-Man hero song with pictures of Jesus.
Oh, that was amazing. I remember I had to put that in the podcast after seeing that video. It was in the 50 episode where like Matt and Paul were holding a telethon and it came out with fucking heroes. And Tyler Wilde is here.
Oh, hi.
Taking the other Tyler's place.
Yes, let's make this as confusing as possible.
There's this huge cast.
The most people on a single podcast ever?
Yeah.
Is that this?
I believe it is. Outside of 100.
Yeah, outside of 100, yeah.
I am Tyler Wilde here.
Substantial, though. Substantial.
So what are the new releases, Chris?
Well, hold on. We have a new trailer to premiere, don't we?
Yeah, we've got
There's
the
another
debut
trailer.
of the second Medal of Honor Linkin Park trailer.
Oh,
Hey, honey, it's me. Sorry I missed you. I don't even know what time it is there. Anyway, I just wanted to let you know everything's fine. I don't know why. Hey, tell Chloe good luck at her soccer game. Get Terry's kid to clean out those gutters. I don't want you up on that old ladder. Look, our gear is collecting dust. It's just mud and bugs down here. We're finding things to do and staying out of trouble. If they find us, our guys are tough as nails, and we're ready to get in the fight. But don't worry. I love you and Chloe very much. I'll be home soon.
That guy likes to scream.
That is it.
Wow.
Exclusive reveal.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, it's just like I beat the game.
Oh my goodness, yeah, on an answering machine. I hope that was from the actual game.
That was a trailer.
We are good. Did I say presented by Arcrise Fantasia?
Did you say that?
Did I? All right, okay, good. New releases that aren't Arcrise Fantasia this week. Nor StarCraft 2. Chuck E. Cheese Party.
Oh, wow.
I was going to say, how do you know when the arcades are officially dead? When they release, the arcade itself releases the game on the Wii. Arcades are gone.
It has nothing to do with video games, I'm guessing. It's all fucking skee
It's like Whack-A-Munch. Yeah, like they think those characters... who's the bird lady? I don't know.
How do they simulate the ball pit experience is what I want to know. I mean, like, if I can't play and, like, it just... gives the force feedback of getting kicked in the head by 6 other toddlers constantly.
What it is, it's all dark,
and it implies that there's an old man's hand reaching down beneath, and when you feel a vibration, you have to move away. Because ball pits are where people get molested, and I'm not sure if I got that joke across.
Thinking maybe those little kid-sized caves, maybe somebody can come out and step on your hand.
Yeah, thinking about back to ball pits, I'm like, I used to just immerse myself completely in them horizontally, just underneath the surface.
Love it.
But then now I'm like, that's so disgusting.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Every one of those balls has been in some kid's mouth or
shut
licked.
up. What, you can't handle those kind of diseases anymore?
Not anymore.
Well, your body's too fragile?
Not anymore, man. When you're a kid, you could fall off a roof and be like, hey, let's go. And then now it's like, excuse me.
Just know some redneck family threw their filthy, unwashed toddler in there naked just to roll around
I will say
and
I got
infect all the balls.
I got some guy with a bunch of open AIDS sores is rolling.
It happens every day.
Every day, according to the Rufflin Blood.
Last time I was home, I jumped in
I came to infect your balls. What do you think of that?
For all you know, all those balls were inside a dog's ass.
When I went home in the summer this year, and I jumped in that inflatable bouncy pit slide thing.
You want to call it a bounce castle?
It was full of old rainwater from like 3 days earlier, and when I landed in it, it all shot up all over me, and like I'm like, I got eye malaria from that, like mosquitoes laying eggs in my nose.
You got like mosquito egg bukkake.
God, I mean, the moment it all hit me, it's just this inner no.
Here's when I knew I was an adult. Well, one, because I was an adult and I was playing at a ball pit. I was playing at a ball pit. A little bit of drinking happening. McDonald's Playland. It's fucking awesome. I'm finally big enough where I can grab both sides with my arms, and I can do flips and then just fall on my back into the ball, which I was doing to much joy. And then I get in my car like, woo! We got to do that more often. Where's my wallet? And then my wallet was in the ball pit, and I had to go dig through. Like, that'll sober you up real quick.
Yeah.
Can you open? Just let me get back in the ball pit for a second. So, no, seriously.
No, I don't. Can you just take all the blue balls out?
No, my credit card's in the ball pit. Like, I have. Jesus, credit cards in the ball pit.
If I may tease, if you're anywhere near the St. Louis area, City Museum. Best adult playground ever. They do let you drink, and it is a it is a wonder that place is not shut down because
it looks very dangerous.
It's so much fun, and there is a giant ball pit outside.
It looks very dangerous. Also,
everyone go there.
That's the hot lava.
BlazBlue Continuum Shift, Hydro Thunder Hurricane, Alan Wake the Signal coming on DLC, Need for Speed World Online. Yes,
we have a review for BlazBlue. In fact,
possibly
Mike Grimm wrote it for us.
Mikey Grimm.
Yes.
Star of podcast, Talk Radar 111.
Yeah, he was in that one and the one before that. He gave it a 9. He says it's a damn strong contender against Super Street Fighter 4. Wow.
Yeah, I do not disagree with that score, having also reviewed it for PTOM.
What'd you give it?
I'm not going to say.
All right, but it's also $39. So I think
that's also good.
That was the price. Is also good.
That was the price of
Super Street.
So this sounds like a good game.
Yeah,
it is. It's a strong fighter.
What are the news we have?
We also had a review for Hydro Thunder, which Matt Keast wrote.
Oh yeah, what did that get?
It's averaging a 77 presently. I think
really that high?
I think he gave it an 8. Dude, Hydro Thunder's fun.
Yeah, whatever. That arcade game makes me very, very mad.
I love it. Yeah, Matt Keast gave it an 8, and then it's averaging that. And the lowest score comes from IGN, a 5.5. Between uninspired references to the original and its reliance on aged arcade racer elements, Hydro is a dull, monotonous experience that shows its hand early and fails to deliver on its pedigree.
Whatever. I'm already behind that review. Fuck Hydro Thunder. I hate that game.
I love Hydro Thunder.
It makes me so mad. I invested a lot of my time and money in that game.
So did I.
And now I go down. I've said that 1,000 times. Shane would go down there and not touch the controls and place one place higher than he would if he tried. That game was about fucking you over.
Fuck you. It's an arcade game.
I know, but whatever. Some arcade games had a little skill. You couldn't play really against anybody except the computer who was trying to steal your money.
Fuck you with Hydro Thunder.
No!
The new lubricant from Trojan.
No!
Very good.
I thought you were talking about some like weird...
I was making a joke.
Is that the son of Poseidon and Zeus? Hydro Thunder.
I get that.
News. Tyler, what do we have for news this week? You sold me Irrational Games.
I sold you
Irrational Games.
You know what? I told you all about that and then closed the tab on
it was just
browser.
There had been an announcement that they were working on something called Project Icarus.
Yeah, that was a while. It wasn't even an announcement. It was kind of leaked.
Yeah.
They're working. This is
via the LinkedIn profiles. People's LinkedIn
I think so.
professional
This is the
profiles.
creator of BioShock. And,
Ken Liven.
Yeah, if you didn't know. And we know they're working on some game, and they posted a teaser site that is like...
It's truly bizarre.
I think it's the best teaser site ever because I hate teaser sites.
I hate countdown clocks.
And I kind of feel like they hate them too, and they're making fun of them because their teaser site's just black with like a misshapen gray dot.
And it keeps becoming misshapen in different ways.
It becomes a little bit more misshapen. Actually, the article written by our UK team, David Houghton, is actually really hilarious. I love it. He talks about Games Radar put its entire scientific research budget to get to the bottom of it.
It's about $5.
Yeah, I didn't know we had a budget for it.
They came up with their options. Is it a tiny metallic island? Is the gray dot actually the end of a long tunnel?
What did they say about their affiliation with Rockstar? It's mentioned something like that.
The URL, which, by the way, if you want to go check it out, is whatisicarus.com,
Mhm.
which is what we're all asking, am I right?
I know.
We just want to know, what is Icarus?
I mean, please string me along for a few more months, because I'm really interested.
But apparently, Rockstar is referenced on the domain registration details,
which is strange.
I'm
they're owned by the same company.
charging up a very, very powerful yawn. I'll let you know when it's ready.
You know what? Get out of the room. We're in the games here.
We're talking about the successor to BioShock.
Talking about next thing I know, you're gonna be talking shit about Archrist Fantasia.
Yeah.
Can't have that. Get out.
What?
Okay. All right, you can stay as long as you use the high voice the whole time, the defensive one.
I didn't.
What? Do it.
I didn't do it.
What are you talking about?
That's the one. That's the one.
Hey, but BioShock 2 was not developed. Fuck. I just fucked up my mic.
It is
so
exciting.
This is the real successor.
It
This
is exciting.
what's
It's the
next.
real successor.
If it's a joke about teaser sites, I think it's funny. And
I
if
do
it's a
too.
real reveal about whatever Ken Levine and Irrational is doing, I'm excited about that too.
Yeah.
So
Irrational,
there.
by the way, has started doing podcasts called Irrational
Yeah,
Interviews, I think, that
killing
are
us.
really good. They're really, I mean, you should listen. They
Really?
just, it's like Ken Levine, interviewing other big, developers.
Oh, really?
And it's just super cool. They just sit there and talk about games.
Oh, that's probably fantastic, actually.
Yeah, you should all listen.
I might.
But other news, this is something I really loved, which was Henry Gilbert, our own Henry Gilbert,
all
wrote
the Comic-Con news
about
we missed.
the 3 new comic book games you missed during Comic-Con, which
yes.
I fully did miss them. The first is Suicide Squad,
Suicide Squad.
which is a comic that I don't know anything about, but Henry seemed
Henry told me about it.
Henry said it was great.
It was like a bunch of like B and C level DC villains,
super villains
that had a collar on them, and they had to do these missions. And if the collar goes off, they die. But they were all sent on suicide missions, and if they disobeyed, they were killed anyway.
But they were paying like as a debt to their society. They had to go and
the government's like, you're a supervillain, so now you have to repay your debt.
And they very quietly announced we're working on a game for that.
Working on a game,
and they said it was going to be hardcore violent, which I guess it would have to be if it's villains going on suicide
It is, but
missions.
it's still like when you see DC specific and Marvel specific, it means not very violent, especially in DC's case.
I know, that's why I want it to actually be hardcore violent, like blowing yourself up in a bloody mess.
That would be nice.
Witchblade, also a game that is Image Comics.
I'm kind of surprised it took that long for Witchblade to happen, considering the star is a half-naked woman.
What a slut.
The question is, though, is it based on the American comics or on the anime series?
It's based on the Mark Silvestri.
The Image comic? Is it an Image comic or Dark Horse?
Image.
Yeah. Image?
Yeah, it's based on the American comic.
Yeah.
And it's by Buzz Monkey, apparently worked on recent Tomb Raider and Ratchet games. So those are good games, pretty much, for the most part, kind of.
Yeah. The next one, I cannot believe slipped by.
Next one, I don't even know if it did slip by. We kind of found out about it after Comic-Con.
I found out only through tweets of people saying, "Oh, hey, The Darkness 2 was announced."
Jesus
and I
Christ.
was like,
I'd like to know that.
Brett, you liked The Darkness a lot, didn't you?
I actually played through it just last year and loved it.
Michael loved it, right?
Yeah.
Didn't you?
One of the best games you can get for cheap.
Yeah, it's super cheap, and I have very few complaints about it. But I really think it's like the voice acting is fantastic. It's a little bit of BioShocky kind of stuff before BioShock was around. There's great voice acting. The story's pretty cool.
That's right.
The power.
Kirk Acevedo.
I'm not sure.
From Oz and
I don't know who the voice actors are. But it's clearly it's not shit work. It's good.
it was good.
Fantastic loading screen monologues.
Yeah, the loading screen monologues are good. The actual powers you get are useful and super violent. And it's just a great
It was the
game.
one question nobody got for the 20-question trivia contest when Eric and I did it. What was the game that had To Kill a Mockingbird watchable in its entirety within the game?
Yeah.
And that was what? Anybody?
One of our guys got it when we did it on Friday.
Boring. That's not what I meant to hit. Jesus, I'm out of sound effects.
I should mention that The Darkness 2 wasn't officially announced.
I see.
Henry mentions it was found on a resume, which we've been seeing. I feel like I've been seeing a lot of LinkedIn profiles lately.
Yeah, you'd think they'd be like,
shit.
"Oh, maybe I shouldn't link this stuff."
Yeah, but if I worked in a game for a year, I don't care if you've announced it or not. I need a job.
Yeah, that's
it's got to go on my resume.
That's true.
And resumes are public.
And
but
if there's any doubt about the quality of The Darkness, I'll just add it was made by Starbreeze, who made Chronicles of Riddick, Escape from Butcher Bay, also one of the best games on the first Xbox. So, it's got a little bit of a pedigree.
But actually, the developer Starbreeze no longer
exists.
I don't know if they exist or not, but The Darkness 2 was revealed on the resume of someone from Digital Extremes. That's all I know. So it might not be the same developer, which means I don't know.
Oh no!
What has Digital Extremes done?
Oh balls!
I have no idea what Digital Extremes even is, but they go to the extreme. They don't fuck around.
Digitally.
Oh, well, yeah.
It's also my favorite Billy Joel song.
You can only go so far with analog.
To the digital extremes. Man, I am, wow.
If only they were electric dreams.
Together in them.
Beautiful. A Jersey Shore game.
What happened, Tyler?
Well, this is really just an excuse to make fun of Jersey Shore because it's a Facebook game that will also be on MTV.com.
Here's a second there.
As long as there's no money being put into it.
As long as it's not a
industry.
real game.
Yeah, well, yeah, of course it's not. I'm actually reading the article our freelancer wrote because I don't know anything about it. The game will allow players to control their favorite character. Do you have a favorite character?
I like the dumb one who punches people.
Here's a quote from MTV.
I like the skank.
I like the one who gets punched.
Oh, I like the really unlikable one.
Oh, yeah, I like that one too.
Yeah.
I like the one with the fake bronzer tan.
Yeah.
I like the one with the spiky hair. This is a quote from MTV's Tony Espinoza. I can't read that name.
Oh, yeah, it was probably one of the Jersey Shore guys. She's out there with the Espinazes, talking about a situation, and the Snookies, the Jawows. Am I doing all this right?
You're doing it right.
Okay, all right. Just checking.
I love this quote because it's says absolutely. We have structured the game around the themes of the show. Okay, that seems like something you would do.
Which is being shitty and worthless.
If you were making a game based on a show. And it's a social experience where people can interact.
Seriously?
Is it?
I want a social experience where people can interact.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
I
want a non-interactive menu.
You know what else is a social...
Or an anti-social experience where people can
You know what else is a social experience where you can interact with people?
What's that, Elston?
A table.
Like this table right here that
we
we're
are.
sitting at?
Are we playing the Snooki game?
Oh my
I think
God.
we are. We're playing the Snookies.
I did it all for
I want to be the
Snooki.
Star Wars.
Oh, I looked up Digital Extremes.
Oh, did you?
What have they done?
It turns out, actually, we
How
should...
the fuck are you guys getting on the internet?
With this iPad...
Ah, shut up. We have too many sponsors this week. iPad, you're going to have to wait.
Digital Extremes was behind Dark Sector, which I loved.
Oh, dear.
Good game, also with the word dark in it.
They were
Which also sold like crap and can be found for a few dollars
for $3
Decent
on
game,
Amazon.
I didn't love it.
These
but-
were early times.
The PC version of Unreal.
Wow.
The multiplayer of Bioshock 2.
Unreal was on
Oh,
PC?
well, I've heard that's really good.
The PS3 version of Bioshock 1. And they also did PC versions of Unreal Tournament 2003, 2004. And also Adventure Pinball Forgotten Island.
Oh, well, in that case, this is going to be great.
Oh, everything's redeemed.
Wow, damn, they're first...
No, that's impressive.
Okay, Epic.
Why don't I know about them?
Epic Pinball, Silver Ball,
Oh my
Extreme
God.
Pinball,
Holy shit.
Adventure Pinball, and then shooters.
Did they make any pinball?
Wait, did they make Epic Pinball first? How do you
Yes,
fucking top
I know.
that?
How do you top it? Well,
Extreme
Silver
is not better than
Silver
Epic.
Ball, which I guess stars James Bond.
It's everything else was a prequel.
I see.
That's how it works.
Bad.
We're giving away a game.
Shut up.
We are!
Let's do
what?
this.
We're giving away a game.
Shut your filthy whore
Just
mouth.
because you and I share a household that doesn't have a 360 doesn't mean people own a 360 can't take
We have a 360.
these
We
free
just
games.
Stole it from work.
We did. We're going to have to give it back eventually.
Probably.
What was I telling you guys? That ever since we read a couple of stories of hardship and I guess maybe I whine too much. It's like an outpouring of compliments and how has TalkRadar changed your life or something like that, which is totally bizarre and incredibly complimentary. And I do appreciate it.
Well, it's changed my life. I could be drinking at home right now.
Okay. So Ziggs, a guy named Ziggs, sent me a giant message, and I wanted to just express some of that. After hearing White Knight 1981's heartwarming story on TDar 109 and a story from a guy who has an obsession with your dick in TalkRadar 10, I feel we need to send. I need to send a similar message to you guys. My story isn't amazing, or wow-inducing, but I do feel incredibly indebted to you guys.
Well, in that case, launch all Zig.
And he says, I find this incredibly hard to talk about, but I do genuinely feel I own the GR staff, especially for TalkRadar. It's an incredibly long saga. I'll keep it brief. He doesn't. He exceeds his fight. Hold on. We're not going to do the whole thing.
I didn't say anything.
Right. All right. So back in 2007, I was diagnosed with CFS, chronic fatigue syndrome. It's not exactly a well-known medical problem, and I had, in fact, never heard of it before my diagnosis.
Me either.
But it has hugely affected my life. It doesn't sound all that severe, but the condition basically means that I'm perpetually fatigued, sleep awfully all the time, which is the most sadistic fucking irony, completely lacking energy most of the time, and often suffer from severe muscle/joint pain, incredibly low immune system, frequent heartburn, digestion problems, etc., etc. It's a boring list of seemingly never-ending problems, but on top of all that shit, one of the major symptoms it also presents is clinical depression. And if that wasn't quite enough of a massive kick in the balls, there's no fucking cure for it, but merely therapies and treatments that can help people to cope with it better. So I dropped out of college, lost contact with all my old friends, became agoraphobic, started gaining weight rapidly, completely unable to get enjoyment from anything, barely smiled for a goddamn year. The depression really started taking control of me. I couldn't see any light at the end of the tunnel, couldn't see my life ever improving, and I perpetually felt terrible mentally, physically, and emotionally. Life really, 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 really sucked, and I absolutely hated my own existence.
This is making me sad.
I
I hope it turns around.
Every day,
there better be a light at the end of this tunnel.
Every day, I woke up thinking that my life would always be like this. It's such a hard condition to explain and to get people to understand, but I hope it makes enough sense at least. I discovered TalkRadar over a year after the diagnosis. We will continue this in the next segment.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. Because, oh my god, Dan Amrich. Is Dan Amrich coming in?
Oh my god, where'd he go
Is Dan
from?
Amrich coming in from
Oh my
earlier?
God.
Dan!
Tyler, let him get your headset.
God, fine.
Hi.
Oh my goodness, who stopped by for TalkRadar-ing?
It's me, Dan Amrich. Nice
my
to
God.
see you. How are you?
What are you doing in town, sir?
Oh, I'm just here to celebrate the awesomeness that is Guitar Hero and DJ Hero.
Oh wow, thanks. You're already in.
Yeah,
full mode.
I'm in full mode. Yeah, the Activision is having a little soiree for the press tonight.
What constitutes a soiree?
I think sushi. I think that if you serve Japanese food, then you can use French words.
Okay.
Food on sticks.
That makes sense.
Yeah, they're just having a hey, come play the game because it's almost out kind of thing. And they said for both Guitar Hero Warriors of Rock and DJ Hero 2. And
Those
they said,
are
do you
both
want to go up?
September or October?
No, DJ is October and Guitar Hero is September.
As one of the 8 people who beat DJ Hero, I thought it was really good.
You know,
I thought it was a really fresh, I know it's a kind of a hard sell right out of the box. Like, no, you need another peripheral, and you need
no,
mixes,
that definitely.
But it was a fresh experience, and I really did have fun going through it.
I thought they did a really good job. I know that a lot of people didn't pick it up right away, just for that simple reason, like, hey, that's expensive as hell, and I'm not going to do it. But it turned out to be over 1 million seller.
Oh yeah,
by the time that Christmas was over,
combined across all the.
Yeah. They sold 1.2 million,
well,
and I think they've sold a little bit more than that. But
Game deal spoiler, I heard Best Buy has the turntable alone for $19.99.
yeah, it's. I mean, just shop the sales. I think you'll find it worth it.
I just like that it's smaller than another guitar.
It's true.
Tuck that
Is there
bastard
anything
away.
about DJ Hero 2 that's is it still a full 60, or is it since it's just a disc? Or no, it's got a whole new turntable or something.
Well, no, there's no new turntable. The hardware is going to be exactly the same.
Okay.
So there's no. Thankfully, if you bought the first game, you're set. The software, the main thing is better online or better co-op play, or better actually multiplayer versus. There's a lot of. There's now freestyle crossfading. There's better battle modes. There's things like that. So it's mostly game mechanics that have been upgraded. And this time around, there are more tracks and more individual tracks that are. That's okay.
Mustache rubbing against.
Yes, I thought so. I was like, oh, that smells like beard. There are more. Each track is used less times. Like the first time around, there was they reused some tracks 2 and 3 and 4 times.
Right.
There's a little bit of that at this time, but most of the time, if they license the track, it's used once for a very specific mix, and you'll see some crossover, but not nearly as much. So.
Right. What about the new guitars?
The new guitars are for Warriors of Rock are the big controversy about it seems to be that they took the touch strip off. That was the thing. So many people told me I hate that touch strip, and even I didn't use it. And I'm a big Guitar Hero
Did anybody use it? I could never figure out how to use it.
It never worked correctly for me.
It worked, but I didn't find it more interesting than buttons. I just said, well, then I guess I'll learn how to press the buttons faster. And so they realized that, and then they picked songs this time around that are very shreddy in that way, very focused on, okay, well, this is fun to press the buttons to do it rather than to use 2 hands or whatever.
Yeah, I want to rock. I don't want a lap guitar.
Right. Lap steel.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you have the old guitars, they'll obviously work, and actually there will be some places where you can, if you liked the touch strip, you can trace those things on the touch strip in the game, but if not, you'll do what you always did anyway if you've been a button presser, which is I'll just press the buttons through that. So yeah, the new one is all the electronics are in the middle of the guitar, like this big column, and it has interchangeable wings that you just sort of snap on so that you can make it look like different guitars. They've only announced 2 of those designs, so there's cutout ones is the default one, and then there's battle axe controllers that you can only get through GameStop, and they haven't said what else is coming. So,
but there's a story mode.
Yeah, the big thing is the story mode. I mean, in a lot of ways, no, I know. Well, remember, everybody said that about Guitar Hero 3. As soon as
first one I didn't like.
Yeah, I know. I gave it an 8. I wasn't thrilled with it, but it turns out that a lot of people are still playing 3, and the thing that people liked about 3 was you got to fight the devil, right? So they're like, all right, well let's play into that again, and let's go back to doing a lot of hard rock and metal rather than trying to be look, we've got alternative and we've got this and we've got this and they were trying to be the world's widest music palette in one game,
which seems to be more Rock Band's calling.
Right, and there's nothing wrong with that, and you can do that with DLC. I mean, you can basically make the games into whatever you want them to be. But for this one, yeah, they wanted to have the sense of that epic journey. They wanted to have fun with the goofiness of rock and roll, and Gene Simmons being the narrator and all that crap. So, Journey? I think Journey's in it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm good. No, I'm sold.
What's the deal with?
No, I actually don't know. I don't want to go on the record being said Dance's Journey's in the game because
you sounded 60% sure.
I haven't memorized all 90 artists.
What's going to be this year's Kurt Cobain singing Flavor Flav?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm hoping. It's funny because even the celebrities that are involved in the game, they're not digitized in the game. Gene Simmons is just a voice, from what I understand, and the only real world venue is CBGB, and I don't think that there's any unlockable famous people for exactly that reason. You know what? Never mind.
Django Reinhardt singing Rihanna Umbrella.
Oh,
I think that's.
That'd be. I was kind of hoping for Perry Como, doing No More Mr. Nice Guy. Something like that would be very appropriate.
That's what you need to make your game a billion seller. Is add Perry Como.
Yeah, Perry Como.
He's hot
is
with the kids.
Horribly underused.
Well, who do you have to bring coffee to get a Palette Swap Ninja song in the game?
Oh, see, so here's the problem. I get this one a lot. Everybody asks me, how come there's no Palette Swap in Guitar Hero or Rock Band or even Rock Band Network, right? Because you can just bring your own tracks. The problem is, we only own the rights to do that version that we did. We don't own the music publishing rights. We own the lyrics, we own the recording.
Yeah.
But we didn't write the song. So whenever we do a Palette Swap song, we pay a fee to the people who wrote that song.
I can't. That's right. I can't believe you do that.
Yeah, we do. Well, I mean, we're probably
it's parody.
It's probably protected under parody, but I haven't found a lawyer yet that goes, dude, I totally understand how parody law works. You're fine.
Yeah.
So rather than doing,
we need to find Weird Al's lawyer.
Well, see, Weird Al pays it
people.
too. That's the thing. So we really did look to that and go, well, And the other reason Al pays is not only not to get sued, but because he's like, well, look, I wouldn't be able to make my jokes if I didn't have your song to build it on.
Right.
So Jude and I feel the same way, and we're like, it's not that big of a deal, and we're giving it away for free, so we figure we're pretty safe. But still, just as a token, yes, thank you for making the song. So without the rights to do that, we could never submit our recording or anything because we don't have those songwriting rights. But of course, you can sing whatever song lyrics you want. So if you want to sing our lyrics, Eye of the Tiger is in there, so you could do Vista Drivers. Snow Heyo is in there, so you can actually sing the Halo song. I actually have a list up on PaletteSwapNinja.com. Of the songs that are in which games and which ones are DLC and which ones are on which discs and stuff. So if you do want to just print out the lyrics and sing it yourself, well, obviously we're terribly flattered, but I don't think you're going to hear my vocals or Jude's keyboards in one of the games.
I gotta tell you, my new favorite is Arcade Gaming Shrine. I don't know why.
I know why.
I've heard a lot lately.
I think. Shall we tell people why
it's
probably your favorite? Yes.
Yeah.
Do you want to do it, or do you want me to do it?
No, you do it.
All right. So we realize that as much as we like doing the Palette Swap Ninja stuff, and they are free MP3s, and it's easy enough to send somebody a link, most people don't want to listen to the songs that way. They're much more motivated if you send them a YouTube link. Oh, check out this funny song, and Jib Jab, wow, awesome, cut out people, and they'll watch that till the cows come home, 8 million views or whatever. So we decided we're not so ugly that we can't appear on video, and we came up to California Extreme 2 weekends ago, and we invited the Games Radar folks, as many as the Games Radar folks as could come, and we said we're going to shoot a live-action video for Arcade Gaming Shrine. And would you guys be in it? And you guys did the stupidest crap that we asked you to do. We asked you, to dance.
I've never danced like that before.
It's awesome that we got some people from Radar to dance.
Carolyn remarked, oh my God, you danced.
Yeah. You guys really gave it your all, because I've seen a little bit of the footage, and people went for it. Carolyn, particularly, is so at a rock concert, pretending that she's not in a hotel ballroom at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh yeah,
because
we
shot
went till
overnight.
about 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah, it was
definitely daylight when I went to bed.
Greatest moment. Dan asked Arcade Gaming Shrine, hadn't heard it in a while, and I get down there, I'm like, okay, let's hear this song. I haven't heard it in a while, and fucking every lyric was like a shot list.
It was.
At California Extreme, every lyric is like what's an example?
Like Cubert to Mappy, Blue Wizard needs food badly.
And it was all there. It was all behind us.
We were stunned because usually Cal Extreme is not as big as it was this year.
Yeah.
I've got the final total on the games. 471 games
were
there this year. And we showed up, and I told Kat, because Kat is directing and shooting and editing the whole thing for us, and I said, we're not going to get all of these games, but some of them Jude has. Jude has 27 coin-ops in his basement.
Is it really?
Yeah, that song is basically his story. It's very autobiographical. So I said, "Oh, look, there's an elevator action," because that's one
Yeah.
of the big joke lines in the song is his latest transaction, an elevator action. I'm like, oh, we get an elevator action machine, and then it's like, okay, well, there's a Mappy and there's a Qbert, and there was only one game.
I know what it is because
What's the one game that's not?
Daytona USA was not there.
Oh, okay. There's 2 games.
Okay.
You're right, because Kat was like, "Oh, is Daytona there? We
Yeah.
need Daytona." I'm like, nobody brings Daytona.
It's
Ladybug was the other game. that wasn't there.
Ladybug. Wow.
But everything else we got shots of. So we got shots of the Games Radar people with whatever their whatever their favorite game was, and they turn to the camera and say, "Arcade Gaming Shrine," and we're going to cut those in. And I don't know who's going to get used and whatnot, but probably another 2 months before we see the finished video, because Jude is still shooting some stuff out in Boston and
cool.
some pickup shots, and we need to do a couple things over.
I feel confident my shot will stay because I'm in with a girl.
That's true.
So that one
helps.
I don't know about mine because Kat said, "Can you get over by the crossbow?" And I said, "Yes. Here's my chance to shine."
She loves the crossbow
And she
shot.
looked. You sure? She looked a
Yes.
little weirded out. She's like, "You sure you want to do that?" I'm like, "What did I do?"
Well, you just look like your roots are showing, because you've got this big old firearm, and you turn to the camera, and it just looks like I
meant
just
to
killed
sneer.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something's dead in my wake.
That's right.
I'm pretty sure my shot will be in there because there wasn't one.
It might be,
because
but
I wasn't there.
Yeah, why weren't you there?
Any shot that I'm not in, I claim as my own.
All right,
That's right. All of your shots are on the cutting
Yes.
room floor.
Mhm.
Were you just tired?
It's like twice as long for me to get down to San Jose as it is for everyone else.
Okay.
Which, real quick, in case anyone listening didn't know exactly what Cal Extreme was, it's just a big
beautiful.
collection of a big classic gaming expo, a huge room full of old arcade games from the beginning of the era up till mostly the mid '90s is where it peters out usually.
Kat got a picture of me playing a pinball machine from 1935
Whoa.
called Balls a Poppin'. Which is disturbing no matter how you think about
prophetic,
it. But yeah, it's caextreme.org if you want to go see that. And it's worth, if you're anywhere near the Bay Area, it is worth doing
I'll
that.
go again.
And the new location this year, excellent.
Fantastic.
It had a bar.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Has a bar.
The bar made the difference.
Had a pool.
Plus bar.
We actually got some promo shots of Jude and I, like our official band photos.
Right.
We were going to go out around San Jose and take some pictures there, and we couldn't find anything that didn't make us look like pretentious douchebags.
Right.
Like here it is in front of a brick wall, like every band has ever done, and here it is
Right.
on train tracks, like every band has ever done. So
Yeah.
I was like, why don't we just go back into the show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's who we are.
Yeah.
And so we got some funny photos of that, and we also wore some costumes, which will be.
I remember the costume.
There was a lovely little uvula that it made that was just like a
Yes.
a little cradle of old games.
Yes.
And
I've never played as. I think I used to like Spy Hunter,
But not when you have to play it for 20 minutes
The amount
straight.
of time I had to play it for this shot, I'm like, you know what? Fuck this stupid
the game I really like that I'd never seen. That I'm
This
saying
these trucks don't make any sense.
I'm playing in the video. I think is the polygonal robo.
iRobot. Yeah, for
iRobot.
Atari.
I've never
heard of it.
played it. It was
great
great.
game. It was one of the first polygonal. I think it was the
Yeah,
first
that's what-
shaded polygonal game, and it has a Hall effect joystick.
Yeah.
So the controls don't feel like anything that you've ever felt before.
Oh, super
Hall effect joystick just blew everybody. Like, what the hell is Amick talking about?
Wow.
Trust me.
A
it's
busy
really-
ass. That was a busy ass week, and then we jumped immediately into Comic-Con. Like what? 4 days later.
Yes, and I ran into Brett randomly.
I never saw you.
Yes, like
on the
just
show floor.
totally walking past each other.
100,000 people. Oh, hi.
Yeah, on
He
my-
actually went, oh, hi there at me, which is
on my
funny.
on my quest to get a Minish cap.
Oh hi.
Yes.
I did.
I have
find
to go get a Minish cap. I'm like, that's great. I'm looking for Jessica Rabbits.
it. Yeah.
I saw that you found one.
Yeah, well, Brett
I
found one
did
for
find
me.
one.
I never actually saw one. He says
Okay.
he saw two, and
I
then
saw
somebody
two.
else sent me a picture of a third.
I
So
saw one. She.
I think there were three.
She did. You don't need to be really accurate, but the waist was way off.
Yeah.
I'm just saying she's fat.
Yes, I saw that Jessica Rabbit.
Okay.
I didn't
okay.
see any weighty ones. I saw pretty good ones.
There was one weighty one.
I
let's say.
see.
Very weighty one. Well, what were you doing down there?
Were we going to ask some other stuff about Activision?
So
what did you want to get to?
Spider-Man. There's the Spider-Man stuff. You're the mayor of a
Yeah.
mural now, and
I did walk by the painted mural at Comic-Con.
Yes, a couple blocks away from the convention center, Activision had some spray paint artists doing a mural for Shattered Dimensions for the new Spider-Man game, and so I added it to Foursquare so that I could be the mayor of something while I was there. I was like, Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions mural. Dan Emmerich is the mayor.
Wow.
Super
Is it
dorky.
so
I was also the mayor of California Extreme by the end of the
Oh,
weekend. I was
nice.
very proud of that.
there was the new universe.
Yeah, Ultimate is the fourth universe. They
Yes.
finally announced that. Neil Patrick Harris is the voice of the Amazing Spider-Man, so
That's
now all
cool.
four
Yep.
Spider-Man voices are known. And they showed the opening cinema at one of the panels. And so, like, Spider-Ham has a cameo, Madam Web has a cameo, and Mysterio is apparently the guy who's, like, behind everything.
Right.
So now, people have been wondering where he was, and now you know.
He shatters the tablets of the Universi.
Actually, Spider-Man shatters the...
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
Total slander.
No, he's fighting, and
whatever.
Mysterio holds it up, and Spider-Man is punching, and he punches the tablet.
That doesn't sound like...
Shatters into 4 pieces.
Four evenly broken pieces.
Shattered pieces.
Oh, Spider-Man without the dash. Does that make you mad?
No. Spider-Man has the dash in the game.
I'm saying it without the dash. Trying to make
Spider Dash Man.
He's always Spider Dash.
Spider Dash
So
Man, Shattered Dimensions,
if Mysterio's in it, I mean, is there going to be something as awesome as the final boss fight with Mysterio in Spider-Man 2?
I don't think so, because that was really, really cool.
That was.
But
I think that would be hard to top.
I haven't played it. I played a little bit at the show floor. They had Noir and they had Ultimate, and I played a little bit of Noir. And it's it's stealthy. That's the whole thing. Is that each dimension has its own style of gameplay. So Amazing is all like, I've got web hammers and web sickles and web communism and whatever he's fighting people with.
And why did you go straight to hammer and sickle?
I don't know, because I'm thinking this one screenshot where he's got a giant mallet. He's got a web Mjolnir, if you will.
Give it to us straight. Is there a web swastika?
I don't believe so.
Man, that's really hard to do.
I don't believe there is.
The genetic.
I don't even think there's web Schwitz.
He could
either.
maybe get away with it in the noir setting because it's before Hitler.
That's true. It is the 30s.
I'm segueing. We have to give away this week.
No.
What game came out with DLC for the?
That would be Transformers War for Cybertron.
We have 2 copies of the game to give away.
Oh, good.
Yes, I don't know how, but you'll find out in the next break. And yeah, we have that to give away.
We also kind of want to talk. You said there was a new guy moving into Activision.
Yeah, I think his name is Eric Hirschberg. He is the guy who was at the ad agency that came up with Kevin Butler for the PlayStation
Oh, yeah,
campaign.
that's right.
So he's coming on to be like the CEO of the Activision side of Activision Blizzard. So like Bobby is above that and Thomas Thibodeau is above that, but they both, there's Mike Morhaime is the CEO of Blizzard, and this guy, Eric, is going to be the CEO of Activision Publishing. So he's just made the right kind of noises to me where he knows, hey, everybody hates us. This shouldn't be. I'd like to change that. Maybe we can change how we do some of the things that we do. And I'm like, dude, please come on my show. He also claims that he's unbeatable at Guitar Hero drums, so I intend to put the smack down on the new CEO.
Even like the triple plus expert.
I can't do that.
Quadruple pedal.
He can probably beat me, but I want to talk a big game.
Right.
But yeah, like he's a gamer, and I mean, if he came up with Kevin Butler, I can only imagine what he'll do for us.
And then what of
Call of Duty?
Call of Duty.
The internet is a buzz of
the Call of Duty subscription tit for tat.
Wanted to smack the entire internet repeatedly about the genitals for that one. So Bobby, somebody says if you could change something,
right?
Like you could snap your fingers and do something. He goes, I'd like to have a Call of Duty subscription service. Then Pachter opens his big yapping mouth and says, well, obviously they're going to do it, and everybody took that as law.
Yeah.
Then some poor kid found a glitch on live where he got caught. And it suggested to him, does this mean they were going to charge us for Modern Warfare 2 because he got caught in between? You can get a live subscription just through the Modern Warfare 2 menus.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. He was trying to join somebody's game. He got hit with a glitch or with, something on the internet.
Right.
And it, caught him in between joining their game and signing up for a subscription for live. And he's like, oh, that's clearly what it means. And then, of course, everybody assumed the worst.
Right.
So Robert Bowling from Infinity Ward comes out and says, no, that doesn't exist. You're not that never existed anyway.
Right.
And then they said, oh, then you're going to charge us to play Black Ops. And then Josh Olin gets out from Treyarch and says, no, we're not going to charge you to play Black Ops either. So there is no pay-for-play in Call of Duty multiplayer.
It wouldn't make sense in the existing structure to add a pay-for-play.
No. Well, I mean, maybe it would make financial sense, but it's like there's no plans that I've even heard of to do that. If you what you have right now for Call of Duty multiplayer is what you're going to have for Black Ops and what you're going to have going forward. Yeah. You're not going to get charged to play multiplayer Call of Duty online.
There you go.
That's it.
This is one of those. That right there is one of those clips when you're running for office.
Yeah, I know.
Dan Emmerich can't even promise video game truth.
Remember when he lied about this?
We'll quit
We
monopolizing
don't
your
trust
time.
him. He laughs like Big Bird.
Dan, you want to say something nice about Blur because of those PlayStation bloggers are all mean to you?
Oh man, that was so funny. And by funny I mean heart crushing. Because
they only had a little bit of a point, but they do get really mean when over an Xbox 360 exclusive.
Yeah, and I totally understand that.
Yeah.
Basically, they were angry about Call of Duty multiplayer DLC or Call of Duty DLC being exclusive to 360 for a limited time. From now for the next 3 years.
Oh, I figured they were mad about the Blur beta going to 360.
Well, they were pissed about that too.
That
but
really
then-
should have gone to PSN.
Well,
I'm sure there were reasons beyond.
I don't really know why they chose 360 as a lead platform, other than like so many developers do choose 360 as their lead platform. I don't know if the tool set is more fun or whatever, but also Bizarre has a history of doing 360 games. For a while there, they were exclusive to 360. So that kind of makes sense. They were going to build on the code base they know the best. So, I asked, hey, I got a chance to write on the official Sony PlayStation blog, say, this demo is out. It's free. You should try it. I'm personally really behind Blur. It makes me very happy.
I love the beta so much.
Yeah, I mean, I've been playing the game on both platforms a lot, at like neglecting other games that I should be playing. And I just got hammered by people like, you should have supported this a long time ago, and the demos for Split Second were out, the demo for Mod Nation Racers were out when those games came out, and you guys didn't do it, so screw you, I'm not even down. I'm like, well, it's free, then don't download it. I don't know what to
There
tell
was
you
a lot
guys.
of meanness to just, hey, here's a demo, you might like it. Well, fuck you, man.
Yeah,
You don't come to us a couple months ago. We don't want to hear none of your shit.
Yeah, and that's and again, like, and I think part of it is because they're angry about other things where they feel like they're not being treated correctly, and that's all well and good. But yelling at me in a blog is not actually going to solve that problem.
I think
so.
PlayStation, like severe fanboys, and I'm not knocking them, but they're used to having everything first.
Yeah,
and they're not dealing very well.
I have said over and over again that I hate the goddamn console wars. I
Me
don't
too.
see the point. If you have a machine, you should be able to play whatever games you want to play on it and have fun playing it. And that's why I still play PC.
Too true.
But the business realities of this is that certain companies make financial decisions that make you favor one or the other. If you're a publisher. So
we will be playing Blur for.
We will.
Some portion of the Games Radar 24-hour marathon.
Sweet. I'm building my shit up.
I believe it'll be on...
When is that?
It's August 20th. It begins at 5 p.m. Pacific.
Okay.
But it goes into the 21st.
Right.
And I think the actual Blur hour we have scheduled is on that Saturday.
Okay. I'll definitely jump in for that.
So that'll be the 21st.
I'm doing a 360 event on August 11th with Kat and Hugh, my crew over at One of Swords. We're doing like the official community play date for Blur on 360. But whatever you guys are playing, I'll play both. I'll play either. If you guys just want to do it as PS3 on Blur to make a point, I'm happy to help you make that point. Whatever.
We're also obviously doing Modern Warfare 2 at some point in there as well.
But I suck at that. But I'm good.
Yeah, I suck at that too.
I'm not very good.
I'm not very good.
That's why I like Blur, because it's like, I'm good at Guitar Hero, I'm good at Blur. Oh boy, I suck at Modern Warfare 2. On all platforms. I'm horrible at it in everything.
Congratulations, you are ranked 200 in the United States. Maybe if I filtered by region, I can leave the triple, quadruple
What if I
odds.
filter by my house?
Yeah, exactly. You're number one in your house, and I'm not even sure about that.
All right, let's go to break. Daniel?
Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure. Awesome. We'll tell you how to win those Transformers games when I figure it out and when we get back. Arcrise Fantasia.
Well, Jimmy just left the mall. They had no games at all. He stopped by to play Daytona, USA. The arcade closed its doors back in 2004. In just a few years, the coin ops disappeared. He was gonna own an arcade. He was gonna rent a space. He was gonna get some neon to illuminate the place. But now it seems to be Xbox and PS3. He liked the simpler time of joysticks, tokens, offline with his Pac-Man Defender, the smiley face adventure with Sub-Zero and Chun-Li, and playing golf with Golden Team with Cresta, Reactor, and serving beer in Tapper. He wishes he could find an arcade gaming shrine. Arcade gaming shrine.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is your WWE diva and Playboy cover girl, Ashley. Go to WWE.com. Check out the revealing interviews on GameRaiders.com. Check out GamesRadar.com. GamesRadar.com.
An overview of Arcrise Fantasia. Arcrise Fantasia is a new turn-based RPG with a beautiful anime-inspired Japanese art style. Players will jump into the shoes of La Arc, a calm and composed mercenary who sets out to defend the Meridian Empire from an impending invasion of ferocious creatures. Yes. After assembling a party of friends, each with a unique set of abilities, players will embark on a perilous journey across an overworld filled with deadly enemies and treacherous dungeons. While strategically queuing up attacks, players can summon mystical creatures and work with their party members to execute massive attacks. Arcrise Fantasia features deep gameplay, top-notch production values, and an unforgettable storyline. We owners who have been pining for a massive fantasy epic will definitely have their patience rewarded. Arcrise Fantasia out now, exclusively for the Nintendo Wii.
Hi Chris, I'm here on the corner of 9th and K in Washington, D.C. where we are giving away some super sweet Bethesda sweatshirts for Games Radar's weekly Saturday giveaway. Congratulations to readers Manaconda and Abbott Frizzle. You'll be receiving some extra comfy Bethesda swag shortly. And don't forget to visit Games Radar on Saturday for your chance to win a collector's edition of StarCraft 2. This is Tyler Nagata reporting live from the Games Radar's Choplifter. Back to you, Chris.
Hey, does anybody want to listen to the rest of this motherfucking podcast? Yeah!
We're doing a third segment, honey.
I'm just like, I have a feature due tomorrow, but I'm so tired.
But it's presented by Arcrise Fantasia.
I know, and even that, like, my joints are hurting, and
Tyler.
if only snap me out of this.
All right.
Or maybe a Wii game.
Games
like
Radar. Are you asking me to finish the rest of the email?
I am.
Okay. Dropped out of college. Remember all that. This is from Ziggs. I discovered Games Radar just over years after my diagnosis, and after reading my first top 7, I became instantly hooked. I hadn't laughed so hysterically in so long.
I wonder which one it was.
Me too. It was an absolute revelation for me discovering that there was a horde of hilarious and intelligent, and sometimes wonderfully juvenile, articles written so passionately about video games. I spent the next couple hours reading previous articles and days on end doing the same. It had been without a doubt over a year since I genuinely laughed and really enjoyed anything, and Games Radar became something to put a smile back on my face. Slowly, I started to see slight improvement in my general mood, and by effect, my whole health. But more energy here and there. Definitely happier and more alive, if that makes any sense. It took me a couple months before I started listening to TalkRadar. After that, I vividly remember having the same reaction to TDar and having my mind completely blown that there were not only people as passionately nerdy about games and TVs and film, etc., but that you were all proper adults with jobs, girlfriends, lives, and friends. Sorry, that probably sounds weird. I can't find the words to explain it properly, but I felt an almost instant kinship with you guys. When I write it and really think about it, it sounds incredibly creepy, but because of listening to TalkRadar, I feel like I've had a new set of friends who all love video games and we're all hilarious, sweet, and charming. He said smart instead of sweet. I don't know why I said that. I'm honestly not mental honest, but the position I was in at the time, feeling so fucking awful all day, every day, so depressed, so lonely, so unhappy, and so fucking ill all the time, it truly helped me beyond belief. I can't even describe it. I started downloading the podcast on my MP3 player, being able to escape from my own thoughts entirely and focus and just listen to you guys banter and do everything that you do that makes TDar the official podcast of the internet was fantastic. It genuinely helped me restore my sleeping patterns, which again is something hard to explain, but you guys are so consistently funny that it puts me to sleep. No, wait, that's not right either. It's so difficult to fully explain, but thanks to TalkRadar, I can sleep better having a better routine each and every day, and generally just coping better with my condition that I had previously thought possible.
I feel like
Does that
Batman.
make any sense?
People
you
sleep
are Batman.
better because of us.
You are Batman.
The
Oh,
city can sleep
I prefer
tonight.
to think of us as the Messiah.
No, that's also true.
Let me finish this bastard up. It's a long one. Quit huffing.
No.
That's rude.
I cannot explain it well enough, but I also cannot express enough gratitude to each and every one of you guys. Side note: the links of TalkRadar meant it would last for me for a whole week, and if not, I would have had a backlog of around 50. Before too long, I started seeing a steady increase in my health, not just in terms of regulating my sleep patterns and having better nights generally, but my energy levels started progressively increase, allowing me to slowly build up my daily activities and stabilize my whole life. My appetite came back, my muscle pains lessened, my confidence grew, my agoraphobia went away, and I started feeling comfortable in my own skin and with who I am as a person, which is something I have never done before. I genuinely felt so indebted to you guys for helping me truly find myself. I still struggle with my condition every day, still can't cope with a proper job or anything, but still have days where the depression takes a hold of me, but it has improved so freaking much since 2008 that I can't stress enough how much of it is because of you guys. Leaps and bounds since then, my entire life, really. And no, it's not the same talking about baby Antista, but my family and I are getting a puppy in a couple days, and we've named it Charlie. My brother vetoed the name Brett. I'm sorry.
What?
They vetoed the name Brett.
Oh, they vetoed.
No, veto.
I heard Toad, and I was like, what?
Vetoed the name Brett.
The name Brett would be kind of weird.
Charlie was probably the wiser choice anyway.
Yeah.
Oburn.
Fine. I'm fine with this.
We should mention that TalkRadar is not FDA approved.
No, not at all.
Do not take it internally, except in your ears. It's okay to put in your ears.
It's an experimental treatment for chronic fatigue.
No butt
syndrome,
listening.
but
I don't want to hear. I don't want to get any more messages about that. I was never regular until I inserted my speakers into my rectum and listened to TalkRadar. I get it. It helps. I know.
It does. It does.
But you can't.
Michael and my voice are very bassy. I know that helps.
What did the infomercials say? Results
Try
not
the blue
typical.
pill. Results not typical.
Yeah.
Void
well, that is like
for entertainment only.
Sorry, Tennessee.
Side effects may include butt pain.
That is a.
I may want to read one more of these.
There's an incredible story that's like hard to digest, really.
That's very touching.
Well, and Tyler,
I'm
don't
glad
tell
we could be of some.
Don't
use.
tell him about the dude who died.
Oh God!
He just told me about this downstairs.
I can't.
One of our listeners
We're out
is
there
dead.
smoking.
What?
It's really like
Our listeners can't die.
That's what I thought.
No, I mean,
don't believe that. This podcast makes you invincible.
You guys will be crying in like a minute.
No, it sucks
because it was the saddest fucking thing. Like, I didn't tell you guys about it because I didn't want to depress you all. I actually thought about telling you guys and was going to write an email to you guys, and I didn't because I was like kind of cleaning out my Facebook. A lot of fans on my Facebook didn't couldn't really see posts from my friends and family anymore. So I'm like, I'm going to go through everyone, and I'm sorry if you're a fan. Great, I'm going to remove you because I'm seeing all this random shit. And I came across this one Facebook account. I won't say his name because I want to, let the family have their privacy. But all it was like posts from his dad saying, "Love you, buddy." Like, "Merry Christmas, buddy. Love you." And I'm like, that's weird. He hasn't posted anything. It's just his dad. And people saying they miss him. Where'd he go? And then I realized I'm looking at the Facebook page of a dead child.
And to which Google confirmed.
And I Googled his name.
Horribly.
And yes, actually, he was murdered.
Whoa, horribly.
By his stepfather. And I don't want to, give details.
Fucking told me his name. Like, I sent that dude stuff. I talked to him.
We've talked to him, and, we didn't know.
I had no idea.
We didn't know because, you've got, 500 Facebook friends. You don't look at everyone's page all the time.
And no, it's not Suburbia Ruins. He's still around. He's just not listening.
No, it was really upsetting to me. Like, I literally couldn't sleep after I, looked at this and, that. He's.
I think that's a good segue in.
It's really sad.
Deals.
It was a good segue.
Everyone's
depressed now.
I'll try and read an uplifting story. Just in time for Alan Wake to signal. Alan Wake is $45 on Amazon.
Yep.
Yeah.
And $68 for the limited edition, which was originally $80 or some shit like that.
Played through the Signal yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah.
What did you think?
It's hard not to call it a huge ad for Verizon.
No.
No, it's just there's some small bits at the beginning. Yes.
Can you?
that
Really?
that happens. Yes.
Wow, that was a horrible
Because
joke, and it became reality.
You're supposed to follow the signal. It picks up after the game moves off, and you follow the signal, and it's like, oh my. Verizon phone's GPS is working perfectly, even though this isn't the real world.
My Verizon phone was working perfectly. I had to get to the signal.
Why is he Hank Venture?
I'm Hank Venture.
Isn't that part of the new Verizon billboards all over the city right now? It's like signal the strength, the signal.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
like some
it's got to combat AT&T.
some concerted effort to call this the signal and have Verizon.
The only way to turn on the generator was to follow the signal.
Yeah, there is a moment. Yeah, he's like his phone like falls out of the sky, lands face down, and you can very clearly see the big Verizon logo on the front of it.
Jesus Christ! I don't understand.
And then
how
the
to
guy
do
that
product placement.
the guy that he's talking to, who keeps calling him and saying, follow the signal, come find me. He's like, I've been trying to reach you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Oh no, he's a little.
But wait a minute, the signal's working perfectly no matter where I am.
I had
Why
to
would I
re-sign
need to
my
follow it?
contract. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to get to the White House.
Yeah, one strange thing though, I didn't notice any Energizer product placement.
Oh no!
So I'm guessing they're probably
That's done.
saving that up for the next episode, which I'm guessing is called what, like the Charge?
The
Something
Charge,
like that?
the Life.
Yeah.
The Charge.
Keep going.
Keep going.
I've got to keep going.
Also, God damn it!
Couldn't stop.
Final boss is going to be an Energizer Bunny.
I want to say this so another TalkRadar listener can confirm that this works, because I've never heard of this site. Shop for Tech, a $250 360 hard drive for $68. I need a new hard drive real bad.
You do?
Well, normally, the 100 one was $100. 250 gigabytes for $68 with the coupon code LF15 at Shop 4 Tech. I don't know if that works. Oh my God, StarCraft 2, Kmart. Everybody done?
It occurs to me that the ads in the signal, change the subject back for a second, might
Go
be
for
why
it, Michael.
Might be why it's free.
Is it
people
free?
Who bought it
good
new.
point.
Yeah.
All right.
So maybe that's they subsidized it.
Kmart has StarCraft 2, Wings of Liberty. I think it's at $60, but it's $20 credit. In-store credit.
Huh.
Nobody else has that, and Kmart has their own dedicated game blog now, and it's ridiculous with the deals they're giving.
You could get yourself a gun too. While
That's
you're there.
right. You can get yourself a
Fucking Kmart has the Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions pre-sales information
Sure.
came out, and Kmart has this the Scarlet Spider download for the. I'm like, I'm not gonna pre-order this shit at Kmart, but that's I love that costume.
You might have to.
That's the one I fell out of a tree dressed as.
I think they've stepped up their game business significantly as of late.
If they're offering anything anyone would want.
Well, you can spend that $20 game credit on baby clothes.
Oh well,
I suppose.
It's lower than Walmart.
All right, let me get into something that I want to see Michael
buy
perk
some
up over
sweatpants.
and buy this tomorrow.
I'm perked.
Pre-order Scott Pilgrim vs. the World from Ubisoft site and get a free Sex Bob-omb T-shirt.
Oh no!
Really?
Fuck!
And if you
I need that right now.
If you use the code 10thanks, 10thanks, you get 10% off. So it comes out to $8.99 plus a free T-shirt.
What?
Yeah, and it's the Sex Bob-omb T-shirt, which is fucking. Can I say awesome?
How do you spell this? 10 thanks. Just
10 thanks.
The number 10.
10 thanks.
Okay.
I have to thank them for my discount.
Yep, that's Ubisoft.
Gotta
That's
bow
Ubisoft
down
for you.
to the
Well,
sauce.
if it follows Ubisoft's normal pattern, it'll be $4 in 4 weeks.
Oh, stop it.
Hey yo! Hey, Michael, am I right? Hey
I
yo!
think Michael's pre-ordering it now.
Yes.
Wow.
Wait, listen to the rest of game deals, Michael. You may want to hold on.
Never.
Aliens vs. Predator PS360, $19.99 at Newegg with free shipping.
That's a good price.
That's right. And also they have the 250 gigabyte Splinter Cell Conviction 360 with 2 controllers for $250. Shut the fuck up! It's a good price.
It is a
you
good-
rich shitheads with your 16 Xboxes.
What the
Go
fuck?
fuck yourself.
I bought one Xbox in
How
my
many
life.
250 gigabyte Xboxes do you have? Don't talk to me.
They were both bought this year.
I got 120, and if I can somehow make enough this year to buy another one, oh man, it'll be a celebration.
I had
It'll be the end of Jedi. There'll be fireworks going off and confetti in the air.
I had 120 up to this year.
All right,
and it was full.
Use the code Xbox
Who fucking
625. I know. Poor you. Xbox 625A, and that $250.
10 thanks has to be in all caps.
10. Yes, it does.
That's important.
Michael's found this out because he's doing it right now.
Also on Xbox Live, 50% off of Borderlands DLC, Mad Moxie's Underdome Riot, The Secret Armory of General Knox, and the
You're
Zombie
still
Island of Dr.
playing
Ned.
that?
400. I know you reviewed it and gave it a very reluctant 8.
It was.
You were just bored.
I was bored by it.
It's a great game with multiplayer. Like if
Yeah.
you can get
Yeah,
you can get 3 other people, even one other person to play that whole game with you, it's
fantastic.
really fun.
I guess you know what the problem with it is that like I played it right after having replayed Fallout 3, and then I played Borderlands, and I was like, "What the fuck is this? This is like an MMO, but not an MMO. I don't like this." Anyway, that's old news.
Oh, I thought you were queuing game deals.
Fuck.
What exactly are you buying?
Oh, gross!
Wait! I gotta get some levity.
It's not a Sex Bob T-shirt. It's a Sex Bob Avatar T-shirt for home.
Oh wow! Excuse the fuck out of me. I should have looked into that harder.
For home?
Yes.
That's the worst.
What? We all have a home. We all want a T-shirt. What?
Did you read T-shirt for home and you're like, oh, for my house?
No, I didn't. I didn't read that at all. That's not
for my house.
No, that's not what happened. All right.
So if you're into home, probably still worth it.
Archives Fantasia.
No. So no, you're gonna fix this. Reopen game deals and fix this. Reopen it.
All right.
I want to rescind this deal.
It's a T-shirt for home. You say it again.
It wasn't a chicken. It was a T-shirt for home.
You can't wear it outside. All right. I'm sorry. All right.
What are you, boy?
Okay.
Never seen a face fart. Chris's face just farted in sadness.
Where's Elston going? You're gonna want to hear this.
Give me another one, Brett.
You're going to want to hear this. It's a very nice story from a young man named Winner is Jew.
Oh, I get it.
And, hey, Chris, and everybody else, I've been meaning to email, message, and contact you guys for a while to say thank you for making an entertaining podcast that appeals directly
took you so long?
to my... Stop it. For my particular sense of humor, especially when one of you spouts off in an indignant rage. Oh. I drive to work. I drive a lot for work. I commute an hour each way 6 days a week to the yard where I pick up my truck and then continue to drive customers to customers' homes all day and install, repair, blank, 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 internet TV services. In 2007, when I started, I would listen to the LAFM talk station all day, listening to hosts and semi-celebrities like Adam Carolla, Danny Bonaducci, and Tom Likas. When the station went tits up a year later, I resorted to the podcast that many of them were putting out. I'd load up my iPhone, plug it into my FM modulator, and listen to them in my car.
Listen to this fancy guy with his FM modulator.
With his FM modulator?
Man, go back to fucking Future Town, buddy.
Guys, whatever. I was modulating back in 1995.
Yeah, but that was AM shit. I'm a longtime reader of the site and continually saw your podcast posted, but vehemently refuse to listen because of how boring
you guys sound.
Most of the podcasts. Thinking how boring, for a lack of a better word, dorky would a podcast about video games be? Sometime between 48 and 54, I finally broke down and gave it a listen and was instantly hooked. Not long after that, my FM modulator broke, followed immediately by my laptop. After about 3 months, it was repaired, and I had fallen immensely behind in every podcast I listened to the point where I no longer
break too?
Where I no longer wished to resume doing so because I felt so out of the loop, with the exception of yours. I always made sure to connect my phone to a Wi-Fi connection to do a direct download, whether it was from my home or a customer's house every Friday, downloading our house off of customer's internet. Hey, I hooked the damn thing up. It's the least they can do for me. Since starting to listen, I have since come back and downloaded every other episode of TalkRadar as well in order so that I can listen to them, so that I may not be let into I may be let into Chairman Steve's House of TalkRadar and jokes. As I mentioned earlier, my FM modulator is broken, and I'm too cheap to replace it, which means that in order to listen to your podcast, every time I'm behind the wheel of an automobile, I do so wearing earphones. So what I'm trying to say, yes, even above actual radio talent, TalkRadar, the only podcast worth breaking the law for every day. You hear that, kids? And a couple of anecdotes I wanted to share and related about your podcast. One, I was listening to, I believe, 17 while getting a root canal. And
Jesus.
with wonderful timing during the drilling, Michael yells at a listener about his car accident story sucking. Then about 4 minutes later, you gave birth to the term muscle fucking.
Oh, dear.
The look in my small female Asian dentist's eyes while I was laughing, choking on spit and blood while she was drilling. Thank you. Number 2. Recently I was listening to number 42, and immediately after the most recent one, and I realized that in order, you almost say the exact same things with the exact same quotes. In 40, you talk about trade-ins you most regret and what you got for them. In 42, you discuss the most emotional moments you've experienced during games. I understand it's logical and probable that in discussions carried on with the same people over a given length of time, similar conversations will occur. I guess that made it stand out to me more when I happened to listen to all 4 podcasts within 3 days of one another. Also, it wasn't just the topics that were repeated, it was the same words with the same people. The only difference is being that in 110, Brett talks about FF6's emotional crescendo, where in 42, Michael does. But they use the same words. Not a complaint or a critique, just a humorous observation. That's all I have to say.
Wow, somebody should cut those together so I can hear that.
Oh, wow. That's all I have to say. I've been meaning to write this for a while, just never quite got around to it. I would also love it if you read this on the air. However, I totally understand if its excessive length prohibits it. Also,
it doesn't.
He's right, it does.
I had a daughter March 22nd and wanted to write it immediately, but was stopped by a follow-up thought of, and they would give a shit why? Please do me a favor.
Because we love our fans.
Please do me a favor and tell Brett that in Phantoms it was a giant sentient million-year-old amoeba, not a moving oil slick. At one time, I was a big Dean Koontz fan. No idea why. At least he was better than R.L. Stine. Am I right?
He was, yeah.
Kind of.
I just remembered it being an oil monster, but I could be wrong.
I liked R.L. Stine better when he was known as Jovial Bob Stein and wrote the novelization of Spaceballs.
Jesus Christ.
Awesome.
Oh, man. Jovial.
Awesome. I'll have some of that. Did I lose my paper? I did lose my paper.
Why are you losing things?
I just like that we were a substitute for normal talk radio.
That's pretty great.
TalkRadar is supposed to sound like talk radio.
Ooh, TalkRadar.
Good for us. I meant that seriously. Question of the week last week was what non-superhero comic would you like to see made into a game? Tyler, did you have one?
What a dumb question.
Good, no. Cracker 33.
No, stop. I might have one.
One that's not Calvin and Hobbes?
God, shut up.
All right. There was
wait.
Overwhelming. Like we may have to post an entire article on Calvin and Hobbes art people made into games.
I want Garfield. No, there already is.
No.
But no, actually, this is stupid. This is the only thing I can
Go ahead and
think
say
of.
Scott Pilgrim.
Ew, no, that's already being made into a game.
Okay.
No, I was a typical angsty high school kid, and I loved Johnny the Homicidal Maniac.
Oh, yeah. Jesus Christ.
I loved all the Vasquez stuff, and
I'm going to make a torture filler bunny game.
And fucking
Flash.
Invader Zim was great.
Just
and
the
there's
name, everything can be beaten.
Yeah. Literally everything Jonan Vasquez has done could be made into a really stupid but awesome WiiWare or XBLA game.
This is all true.
It should. That's all done. I had a real answer, fuckface.
Wait, I'm having to do 2 of these.
That's really rude.
That was rude of me. I'm sorry.
You should
really apologize to someone other than Chris.
You can't.
I'm sorry, Michael. I know that probably offended you when I said fuckface. You're a dick.
You eat dicks.
Oh, they're so tasty.
Also brought to you by Arcrise Fantasia.
Arcrise Fantasia.
Those dicks brought to you by...
Okay,
enough.
Cracker 33 said Bloom County. Can't agree
take their
more.
money back.
Black Element 17 said The Walking Dead. Amazing. And I know no one in here has read it yet. Or Michael, have you read it?
I've read some of it.
It's incredible. It's amazing. It's one of the greatest stories of any medium.
I was actually going to buy a collection at Comic-Con,
It's ridiculous.
And then I realized someone here in the office must have it, and I'll just borrow it. But I do need to read it before the show starts.
And Spicules gave me a spoiler.
Let's read it together.
I hope it's not true, Spicules. John Dagger said, "Why the Last Man?" Alpine Guy whipped up some nice art of Tintin and the Goon, and they're
man.
which I agree with.
Oh yeah, I've read the Goon.
Yeah, the Goon. Yeah. Well, both of those are upcoming movies.
Really? They're making a Goon movie?
Yeah, Paul Giamatti is not the voice of the Goon. But
is it animated?
Yeah, it's animated. It looks really cool.
What? What studio's doing?
I don't know.
Is Paul Giamatti the sidekick?
Yes. Yes, and Clancy something or other is I can't. Oh, the guy.
Clancy Brown?
Yes.
Oh!
Yes, he is the goon.
I love that guy.
Yes, you hear that the guy from Shawshank Redemption, the hard-ass guard.
Yeah, he was in Carnival.
Carnival.
Oh,
wow. Mr. Krabs.
Oh, my God. He was that Baron guy from Jack 2, for anybody who plays
He is
that
so
game.
much cooler than Paul Giamatti.
Oh, but Paul Giamatti's character looks fucking great.
Yeah.
It's all him talking in 1940s
mom
speak.
hates Paul Giamatti.
All right. Sweet Zombie Jesus said Axe Cop, which I couldn't agree more. The comic written by an 8-year-old and drawn by his 20-year-old brother. Story of Everest. I can't believe I didn't think of this. Fables is really cool.
Yeah.
Deserves some kind of good game. Mr. Suitman said Usagi Ujimbo.
It really
Why
was.
didn't I think of that?
Yeah, I did.
New users. Child molestista.
Oh, dear.
My favorites. No, I'm not gay. I'm a juggaloo. Little Tyler Wilde.
Oh, no.
I saw he started a thread about how to become a
I
games
tweeted
journalist.
a picture of Tyler from his 6th grade yearbook.
Why did I show him my yearbook?
And there's somebody in the forum starting a thread. I'm thinking of getting into games journalism.
And then somebody says, all these things.
It's all these old facts.
All these
about
reveals, things you revealed about yourself. It's like, I want to prepare you about your parents.
But things are not true, and I told this to Chris earlier. I never aspired to be a games journalist. Stop insulting me like that.
I aspired to be a fireman from space.
I was gonna.
He wanted to test Oregon Trail games all his life. Milker of
be a space
Prostates.
fireman.
Milker of Prostates. Danny Icefire. Generic penis joke Tista.
Wow.
Who posted a comic I'd never seen called Mr. Mustache by Kurt Cobain. Which I thought was a great picture. It's like it's a baby kicking through a woman's stomach and a guy's head who's listening. And apparently on the first Nirvana album, there's a song about Mr. Mustache by Kurt Cobain.
Right?
What?
Yeah, Greasy Waptista. He said Battle Royale.
Whoa.
That's rude.
TalkRadar likes R-A-R-E, ape.
Important distinction. Important distinction.
Taco Stan 28.
I like Taco Stan.
Kilometer Davis said, a new user, he said City of Glass, which looked cool. Panzerfaust, which I think is racist. Gucci Mane, stupid, but his money game crazy.
Is that a
said
user?
Runoff as good Scott Pilgrim potential. Yes, and those were new use rawers.
Oh man, they're using our site so hard.
Oh, we have a game. We revealed it in the dance segment. Transformers War of Cybertron for 360. We have 2 games to give away.
We do.
God.
That's right. How did we decide on giving these away?
Oh, the best way possible.
I believe you came to this decision. I will put the blame on you for this.
I came to the decision that I wanted to bother Henry because he reviewed it.
Yes.
And I want to make sure the game, 1, goes to the people who deserve it, and 2, I want to make sure there's some record of it on the site somehow.
Right.
So I wanted you to go to Henry's old reviews for any platform and take issue with something he said logistically about the Transformers. We are going to listen to whatever Henry says in the office. The first 2 people to get Henry to complain to us
out loud.
He will.
And he will. He will on the site. Will get 2 new copies, 2 brand new sealed copies.
Henry's War for Cybertron review on whatever platform. Say something that you don't.
Well, it needs to be the
believe.
360 review since it's the 360 copies we're giving away.
I've seen it. Well, that would make it easier.
That would make sense. Go to the 360 review. Say something you don't even believe. Just argue with him on a point that isn't true.
Yes, just really
just do your best.
Keep it Transformers related.
What do you think would make Henry angry?
Don't ever give in. Don't ever let on it's a joke.
No.
Yes.
No, don't.
Do not tell him that.
We're hoping he doesn't listen
You
to
will
this.
lose the contest.
Don't let it go.
Don't let it go. Keep it on as long as you can. Remember, Henry doesn't know how to ban people. He's going to have to come to us. He will have to come to us.
These guys are making fun of me.
We're not making fun. I just want to see how well this will work.
Oh yeah. Not make personal jokes, but about his review.
Yeah. About his
content of his review.
Because Henry takes that shit very seriously. He knows his Transformers.
Yeah.
All you got to do is even if you're wrong.
We just got to find a way to get him to look at the review again.
Challenge him on his knowledge. We'll find a way to get him to
Even if you're wrong. Oh, I bet I can do it.
Actually, Megatron turns into a goat.
Yeah,
I could have
tell him.
And I saw that episode. It was called Goat. You don't. I got nothing.
Goat you don't.
I was trying to think of a joke.
Actually, that was
quit goading me.
It was from the second
spelling error during the translation. He's actually supposed to turn into a bun.
Guys, stop! I'm starting to believe this.
I wanted to go back. We were really busy last week during Comic-Con, and what was our question of the week before? Does anybody remember? Do we hang on that long? The things we say, everybody's shaking their heads. We asked, what was your favorite game commercial?
Right.
And I thought, in honor of our very first paid game commercial, Arkwright's Fantasia on the Wii right now. Right?
Oh, it's fantastic.
Oh, it's amazing.
It's Fantasia.
I wanted to read a couple responses. And this is, it's a trivia contest.
Oh, good.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. This one comes from Blasto. Who can get this classic gaming commercial?
Is it Blasto? Smash Brothers.
It is Smash Brothers. All right,
we're in 64.
Yeah.
They used this song?
Yes, they did. It's all the Nintendo mascots in a bunch of mascot suits.
It's a really good commercial,
and they're all punching each other. And
that's pretty dumb.
All right.
Whoa! Harvest
Again,
Moon
he's going to be contrarian.
Something's gone wrong in the happy-go-lucky world of Nintendo.
This summer,
I'm gonna give this point to Michael. This is what Turbo suggested. This is his favorite commercial, and this is just to show you how long we can. Well, not that one.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
He's using his high-pitched defensive voice. Watch out.
Okay.
All right.
This is the next commercial, and this is to show you how long commercials can resonate with us, even though we pretend to hate them.
I know this.
No. What commercial used this?
Seriously?
Vice City, wasn't it?
Oh, Michael Raparez.
Really? Love this song.
That is. Let me see. I think I got it.
Flock of Seagulls, man.
Coming soon on PlayStation 2.
Only forever.
Those were the days.
And I ran.
Let's see if you can get this one, Michael. All right, I'm telling the points. This is not going to be a long contest.
I think I win just for singing Flock of Seagulls.
This one comes from Dark Tone. You won't get any of these. You will not get any of these. You weren't even born when half of these games came out.
He wasn't alive in 2002 for Vice City.
You're young. Yeah.
He was grown in a vat.
Mario 3.
Nelson, it is Mario 3.
And the camera pulls out and the whole planet looks like
New Super Mario 3. Nintendo. Now you play.
But it's one of those commercials like when I first saw it, like, Jesus
Yeah,
Christ,
I know.
This is way more important than I thought it was. Oh, my God. They don't even show any gameplay. It's just the world yelling about it.
You've already seen all the gameplay you need to do in the Wizard.
And the Wizard.
Whose T-shirt you're wearing right now, I might add.
No Wizard sound effect after the Wizard.
There you go.
There you
How
go.
about that?
Wizard.
Everybody gets one. Everybody gets one.
Do you remember when we were playing with power?
Superpower?
Now you're praying to flowers.
I don't, but I believe this commercial does.
It did.
It did.
Nintendo. Now you're playing with power.
I just mean when there was a seal of approval and there wasn't like a enjoy your massage for the Wii.
It's coming back.
No, it's not.
We wear calculator variations.
Oh my God.
Oh, they're wonderful. Trailer Trash, episode 5.
Watch Trailer
You're on that,
Trash,
right?
Episode 6, actually.
Episode 6?
5, 6. What is this? What is this? 3rd grade? I was good with 5, man.
What is this? Jeopardy? We gotta know we gotta answer as a question. Come
Buffy
on.
spoilers in Jeopardy.
Oh, goodness.
God damn it.
Conway Twitty
Really?
suggested this
He's
one.
back?
Yeah, he is. He suggested this one. I hadn't ever heard of it before, so none of you will ever get this, but
Thanks for taking me to the doctor.
Here we are. Come on, tuck and roll, Grandma, tuck and roll.
Is it Road Trip?
He pushes his grandmother out of a moving vehicle.
Good.
It's 2000.
Is it Crazy Taxi?
Last time you spend...
We want to keep guessing? If I had my buzzer sound effect, it'd be going nuts right now.
I don't know. I don't know what it is.
It is. Oh, man, you're going to feel so stupid. The MTV Sports Pure Ride.
Doing other things, the more time you have for MTV Sports Pure Ride.
Get it? The more you push your grandmother to the car, the more you'll have time to play MTV's new sports line of video games.
Did they learn from the 90s when there was time for clacks?
Clacks. I didn't get
Nobody
that one.
gets that reference?
Nope.
Nope.
I'm
I don't
trying.
even know what this game is called because after I hear the words MTV Sports, like something
Think of Dan
happens
Cortez?
in my brain and I can't hear any more words. Pure Ride? Is that what the
Pure
fuck?
Ride, yes.
Purell.
Purell.
Yep.
MTV Sports Purell.
It's a video
Whoa.
game about hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
It's
And
fantastic.
Bolt Action Revolver and a couple other people had said the Zelda rap song.
Right.
But
I'd
never heard. The cheesy one. I'd never heard this parody.
Which one again?
Hey, whatever. The one in the garage is
one.
fucking boss. Down with Zelda from the very start.
I got the smarts, the hearts, the parts to the down. Zelda. Creeping through with
the overhead view, because a man's got to do what a man's got to do. So I stay on track, collect the facts, never cut slack, and I always watch my back. Jack to the down, Zelda.
Wow.
Don't ask them, I'm the man with the plan.
I feel like I'm watching my parents embarrass me right now.
Seventh grade. That was pretty good. Now do the Japanese one.
Don't come.
That was perfect.
But I've never heard this parody, which made me laugh, of the 80s. Dude, this house looks really rad.
Oh, God, yeah.
Did you see the latest Nintendo newsletter?
Whoa, look at those fucking graphics.
You mean you haven't played it yet? We can play it on my Nintendo Entertainment System.
Play The Legend of Zelda and you won't be bored. There's a lot of fucking things that I can kill with a sword. This nerd sitting next to me thinks he's my friend, yo, but I'm gonna beat his ass and steal his Nintendo. Yeah, I'll fuck him up, yeah. Punch him in the face.
What?
The Nintendo Entertainment System. Your parents help you hook it up. The Legend of Zelda sold separately.
Yeah, I really dug that.
Speaking of old commercials, did you guys notice, Tyler and Chris, at Comic-Con that, like, what was it, Mattel had, like, the whole time over their booth had old He-Man, like, commercials playing on those screens? Like, the whole time it was old He-Man commercials.
Did your parents help you hook it up?
No, it was a toy. But I saw, like, Power Punch He-Man commercials.
I was about to ask about that.
Where you put the caps in his back and you turn him and he pow!
That some guys got it, some guys don't.
And like the dragon Skeletor that had the water shooting dragon that hung on his back. Who cares? They were shitty toys.
Were they selling
They
them?
were fantastic shitty toys.
They were great toys, packaged in a horrible waste of time cartoon.
They were great toys, all of which were the same toy with a different cap.
God, they really
This one
were.
has a suction cup.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Leechor.
There you go.
Yeah.
This
He
one has-
actually had a unique body. So there.
Yeah. You know, there were a few with unique bodies, but the vast majority... What the fuck?
Kids aren't having it.
Really don't like it.
Kids aren't having
Kids
it.
today.
We'll stop being old, Jesus.
The kids today want baby dolls that pee and shit.
They want their Hannah Montana toys.
Yeah.
That's the only other thing. It's either He-Man or Hannah Montana. There's no other pop.
All you can have.
Now with 4 holes.
What about He-Man?
It's like you either like the shitty goth rock or you're into Britney Spears.
What about He-Man, Tana, Montana?
All right. We've taken this too far. This is supposed to be a trivia contest right now.
He-Man, Tana Man.
Right now, Tyler Wilde is leading.
What the fuck?
I am winning. I know.
Style, sophistication,
Marlboro,
the ability to launch napalm into oncoming traffic. If these are the things you look for in an automobile, it's time
Twisted
to test
Metal
drive
2?
Twisted Metal 2.
Jesus, you called the game.
Oh, damn it. I was going to say that.
Twisted Metal 2.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was
Sounded
going to
too
say.
80s.
All right. Point to Tyler Wilde. The next
Thank
one,
you.
Brett, I think you should actually get this time.
Gee, this is bullshit.
No, that's what I was going to say is that counts as the correct answer.
That was from General Mills, Inc. This one is from Geddy Lee, who also... I couldn't get the Sega CD one. Yo! You have a Sega CD yet?
Oh,
What
yeah.
you waiting for? Nintendo to make one? And
Why? What is it? And now PSP is losing, so they get Marcus to come yell at people.
Marcus. I remember I started yelling about my PSP and its firmware, and I just kept hashtagging everything Marcus.
What is the deal with, like, game companies and you're not buying my
What's
shit?
the
Let's
deal?
hire somebody. Why do they make their ads yell at you for not buying their shitty
You know what
product?
we need to really move this off the shelves?
Come on, video game
Black
Seinfeld.
Two black people.
Yell at
Why do black people love video games?
What?
I don't know. I'm being
Yeah?
Seinfeld.
You guys are
you?
racist.
You are.
You guys are lacist.
It was a little racist. That's why I'm going to give you this, Tyler.
Thank you.
It was
Round eyes
underneath
are
it.
racist.
And they got a sewer shark, like, bump.
All right, what's this commercial, Chris?
Oh.
What's this commercial?
The cold silence of space
I'm gonna guess one of the Metroids.
punctuates the feeling of death
wait for you to
that
guess which
emanates
one.
from this virtually lifeless planet.
Super Metroid for the NES.
Only one thing is alive and well here.
I made that. I know that was wrong.
Evil. And it must be destroyed. Decimated. Exterminated.
Metroid Prime.
It is Metroid Prime.
I was going off the sound
It is
effects.
Metroid Prime.
Metroid
last
Prime
two-
Echoes had a good commercial. This girl walking down the street and all the armor like closes in on her. The Japanese Prime commercial is much better. There's a hot lady in it.
This one's amazing. This is from Catwood.
Backup! I need backup! A rookie cop facing unspeakable evil. There's something really wrong here.
Resident Evil?
Resident Evil 2?
It is Resident Evil 2.
Damn.
I said it at the same time. Point goes to
That
me.
point goes to Tyler Wilde once
you.
again. You know what? This is the last one. It's a tiebreaker because everybody has the same amount of points.
That's completely fucking wrong.
No, it's true. It's true. I've been
You're
keeping
full
it.
of shit.
I keep a tight tally.
This is close, guys.
This one I like only because it resembles Duplin Party like, so horribly, and I feel terrible about it. This guy advertised all the games in the original series of this game. It's still going.
All right.
Boycott Spyro. Boycott Spyro.
Well, that's pretty easy.
Joe, he looks like an innocent dragon, but he breathes fire. He's napalm on 4 scaly legs.
Did anybody get this?
The
I'm gonna give this point to me. It's Spyro, and thank you, everybody.
That is a 4-way tie.
Thank you. You're welcome. I got every one of these right. That was Spyro by a gynecologist of the stars. He suggested that. What is our question of the week this week, Muffin?
Well, it tied in greatly to the Henry trivia.
Oh, I should say, who won my Joey Sticks poster? Bar One Scorpio. He won that.
Oh, your Joey Sticks that you bought at California Extreme.
I forgot that I paid that asshole for it. Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That was a fun night, but I'm really having trouble remembering most of it.
Yeah. California Extreme. We talked about it in the last segment.
Yeah, we did. It was really fun. We were tweeting a lot during it at Brelston.
I wasn't.
I was.
I had fun with that.
Tyler_Wild. I wasn't there.
Follow me.
But
like
I was
Gobo.
there.
Follow me.
I was there. I do a lot of things.
Follow me at Cientista. Michael Raparez, I dare you to spell it.
At Cientista?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
No, Michael Raparez.
Michael Raparez and I share Twitter accounts, so follow both of us at Cientista.
This week's question of the week, which you can answer in gamesradar.com/forums. Although,
sorry we buried it, but it's still there. I swear to fucking Christ.
The forums are still there in the More tab at the top of the screen.
Someday it'll
Next time we'll bury it on another site.
That's
Fantastic.
right. We are going to put our link to the forums on GameRadar.com. Look it up.
Gonna put it on GameSpot.radar.
And the front page is going to be an internet squatter, and you'll just have to figure out what the secret
There'll be a
URL
secret
is.
link into all the content.
Just go to GameSpot.radar.ign and click the Kotaku tab, and you're going to find the forums.
Mm-hmm.
It's wonderful.
But this week's question of the
It's
week.
under the third drop-down menu.
It's under the joystick menu in the Kotaku menu.
Under next to the label Destructoid.
Yes. Yeah. Right by sarcastic. Okay, go.
Do you guys have any more?
No.
You sure?
Yes.
Give me one more.
Maxim.
There you go. Beautiful.
The question of the week.
This week's question of the week is kind of related to the Henry agitate him to win Transformers.
A minute ago, it was really related. So
for 360. It's still related.
Still related.
Fine.
Not everybody has the attention span of a drunk Canadian.
But
there's no meese in here to keep. Yeah, whatever.
Mooses.
I was trying to think of a moose joke, and I got nothing.
Nice try.
Horn.
Moose knuckle.
I hate those mooses to pieces.
That's dumb. You should make fun of Jim Carrey or something.
Okay.
So what's the deal with syrup?
He's dating.
What's the deal?
He's dating a woman injecting people with autism. Is that what's happening? I don't know.
Jenny McCarthy.
Move along. Jesus Christ.
All right, this week's question of the week.
Keep moving.
Yeah.
Made that for a reason.
Yeah. This week's question of the week in gamesradar.com/forums, the TalkRadar podcast area.
Yes.
Let us know what's an argument that you have refused to lose, like that you've stuck with, even though you're wrong, and you even know you're wrong, but you're like, and this can go back to when you're a kid and you did, it's one of those things where the moment you engage in an argument, the first thing out of someone's mouth is completely contrary, and you A, realize that is completely correct, and B, you cannot allow that to happen. You have to maintain this position because you presented it so strongly. And the thing that comes to my mind is I remember, old enough that I should have known better, maybe 10 or 11, where I had seen Jason and the Argonauts or something like that, and was playing Magic cards or whatever it was. Maybe I was 13. It was an age where I should not have been even doing this shit, but it was by arguing like that. But I was like, wait a minute, How do all these skeletons in movies and shit walk? They don't have any muscles. That's stupid. And then someone's like, well, they're magically animated. That doesn't make any sense. No, skeletons can't walk without muscles. That's stupid. Every game that has that is dumb, and these movies are dumb because skeletons need muscles to walk. I mean, you know what muscles do, right? And I go try to well, when the muscles attached to bones, how do the bones move? and just kept this argument. I don't even remember who I was arguing with. I just remember that I was so fucking wrong and refused to even admit that the answer was magic. But I wouldn't even let magic. That solves everything. I wouldn't let it.
Told you that.
It doesn't have anything to do with games, but it just really that's what leapt out at me.
Yeah, you fought for that.
I fought for it. Any argument, any topic that you were like, no.
Like I remember when I first got here, I'd written something about Castlevania, and you came over to me and said, "That's not the right Castlevania." I'm like, "Yeah, it is." And you said, "No, it's not. That one wasn't on the Game Boy Advance." Might have been. and like at the time, you were just you had a look in your eye like, "I'm glad you know this happened in a Castlevania portable game."
Yeah.
But you need to know which one.
Right.
But I'm like, well, then when did it happen? Like, I don't know what you're talking about. But I don't know what exactly you meant. You tell me. And you were like putting me through this fucking idiotic trial by fire, sizing me up. But the weird thing is that I've done this so many times. I've been wrong and argued my point forever. I have lost friendships over demanding that Planet of the Apes is a superior movie than Star Wars, and Star Wars ripped it off. I've lost lifetime friends over that shit. And I know it's not true, but
it was about what 10 years before Star Wars.
Yes. Well, 9. If you clearly want to be specific.
I do.
All right.
I want to be specific. 9 years before Star Wars.
Congratulations, Andy Roebuck.
Andy Robot?
Roebuck, he won my Planet of the Apes box.
Oh, right. Michael or Tyler?
Shipped.
Yeah, the only things I can think of, because generally, I think once I hit the age of being a teenager, when I realized I was on the wrong side of an argument, was just to either mutter something like, "Oh, stand corrected," then fine,
you're just,
or just
gay.
find a graceful way to change the subject or exit the argument in a hurry. Yeah, the only thing I can think of is when I was in grade school, we had a spelling bee.
That's not how you spelled school.
No. The beginning of a grammar Nazi.
For whatever reason, thought that sign was spelled with an H, like with an N after.
I get it.
I was so embarrassed.
I'm exasperated by these signs.
Yeah.
Get it.
I don't know why I thought that, but I was so embarrassed afterward that I could not tolerate people congratulating the winner. And I got furious, and I think I screamed, "I'm still the best speller in the school!"
And he was right.
That was 4th grade.
That was 4th grade. 5th grade was much better.
Was that your first correction?
5th grade was all pussy for Michael.
First Wikipara's correction? I'm still the best speller?
Wikipara citation needed on the spelling of sign.
I remember, they put the fucking kids in the SLD class up against everybody else, and Ghost. And everybody's like, okay, just get it over with, kid. We got to move on to the real higher tiers of the spelling bee. Ghost. G-O-A-S-T. Yes, I'll put it in a joester. Yeah, and like for the rest of elementary school, that kid was hounded. Yo, what up? G-O-A-S-T. Jost. That's right. I got some Pop-Tarts for your joester.
But that's how it should be spelled.
When you're a kid, you only have so many points of pride, and you tend to clean.
No, I know.
Spelling is a big point of pride.
It's very odd. At an early age, when you're humiliated in front of a giant group of people, it stays with you.
Oh, for decades.
I had no idea until I started doing it on this podcast.
Oh, yeah. I have one now. I thought of it.
What is it, Taiwan?
It's actually video game related.
Tell me, Top Fighter.
About signs. It was junior high, maybe 7th grade. My best friend Ricky at the time. My Arcrise Fantasia Ricky. I believe he had a PlayStation. Because I'm younger than you guys, so when I was in 7th grade, PlayStation existed.
I was going to say, I was in 7th grade, I was fucking with my Sega CD.
Yeah, I don't know what we were playing, but it was definitely a Street Fighter game of some sort, and I wasn't very good at it. and they always beat me, and they always kind of made joke. They would, we'd trash talk, and they'd be like, "You suck, ha ha ha, I got you." And then, like,
don't come,
Tyler.
I started to get a little bit upset.
Stupid Canadian.
I started to get a little bit angry. I started to get a little bit mad at my friends for making fun of me for losing at Street Fighter, and I started yelling, "You guys are me. You guys never. You don't even like me, and you just want to make fun of me, and you're just mean." And I knew I was wrong. I knew we were just playing the game, and they were just being how you act.
Like
when
the
you play
hierarchy
Street Fighter.
is built every 2 minutes. Is refashed every 2 minutes.
But I stood up and threw my controller at his TV and walked out of his house because they were making fun of me for not being good at Street Fighter. And I knew I was overreacting and was being a dick. And the next day at school, like, awkward. Yeah, so...
Oh, man.
That's the worst. It's the day after anything.
It's cool.
I feel like I have to apologize here all the time. I have a hissy
sorry.
fit here on, like, almost a daily basis now.
It's true.
What the fuck is happening? Somebody help me out.
I threw a hissy fit. And I threw a hissy fit knowing while I was throwing it that
here comes
it
the
was
hissy
bullshit.
fit.
I'm throwing a hissy fit because I'm not good at this game and I'm sad.
I know that because Brett will just come over and ask me nowadays, like, did you do that thing? What the fuck do you want from me?
And I'm like,
it's a simple fucking question. I really could have just answered it.
I really just need a yes or no answer.
I know. I don't know why I'm teetering such on the edge right now.
Yeah.
Part of it has to do with my parents being in town. And travel. But
your email.
The rest of it is you just don't deal well with stress.
That's probably it.
The rest of it's your personality, Chris. So
let me. While we go into what are we doing next?
Yes.
Phone calls?
Oh yeah, we do have phone calls. Phone calls already.
Usually we end it with the question of the week, but not this week, guys. It's a crazy podcast.
Not in a long time.
I'm gonna look up the email you sent me about your parents. I'm gonna read it.
I can't wait.
Wow, I forgot.
Hey guys, this is Claymore17.
Hi, Claymore.
Really in the forums. I'm working on that. I'm really busy lately, but
don't worry about it.
I just want to let you know that I recently got really into playing video games. Got an Xbox 360.
Recently?
Red Dead, all that stuff. It's great. So I started listening to gaming podcasts. Started out with a podcast that really sucks. Won't name any names, but it rhymes with Shmai Shmi Shmen. And
that is.
Then I found you guys through them on the
I don't think I know either.
subscription genius thing. So I just want to let you guys know that you're doing a great job. Thanks.
Thanks, Claymore.
Well, thank you.
You're doing a good job
Much
too.
obliged.
Listening to us. Good job.
This one came in even earlier than that.
Hey guys, it's Trone, also known as Thelonious in the forums, or better known as Anamanaguchi X on Xbox.
Oh, I know you.
I know you. I know that.
Barely on the forums. But anyway, I had a question, more of an Ask a Journalist question. I always hear teachers in school, because I'm in high school, say, if you fuck up in high school, then you're going to fuck up the rest of your life. And, well, I kind of suck at math. So how was it for you guys in high school, and is that true? Can I still become a games journalist and suck in high school as far as math goes? Kind of a shitty call. I'm going to redo this. Bye.
That's rough.
Yes, you're fine.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're fine.
I suck ass at all math.
It really varies. The only thing that high school is good for is getting you into a decent college.
Yeah.
And even if you get into a shitty state school, you can still kind of skate.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
that's terrible.
High school.
That's great advice, Michael.
You can still transfer to another college later on.
That's true. Yeah.
Work hard. Figure out the math.
Work hard.
Do your best.
You don't have to work hard in high school.
I suck at math. I had to retake algebra.
I sucked at math.
I think I got Fs in geometry.
I was kind of good at math when I got into high school. Actually,
as soon as I fulfilled the math requirement, I stopped taking math classes.
I'll be completely honest. Here's how bad I am at math. Give me two numbers to add together for real.
8
okay.
and 12.
Well, bam!
12. Wait.
Wow.
It's 20,
Really?
darling.
Yeah.
Seriously,
Even
that's
I
how
got that.
That's how
second.
fucking bad I am. Like,
add 8 and 2, and then add 10.
dude, what are you talking about?
I actually realize I don't understand, and I don't have a lot of fun with people who know math very well.
You know what? Actually,
I don't.
like
I'm a big fan of people who like to write and make jokes.
I'm your fucking roommate.
We're gonna have
You're
fun
good
with
at
math.
everything. Go
I'll do
fuck
some
yourself.
goddamn algebra with you.
I don't care how good your math is, and odds are nobody will. That's why I couldn't get past
nobody
algebra.
will.
Like what? These
will.
equations don't make any They make sense, but I don't understand why I'm plugging these things.
But you
in.
know what? Like
I'm wasting
I was
time.
very mad at high school, and I didn't like it. But now that I'm older, I've come to understand the balance of that. You don't like math, you're not good at it. Work hard at it anyway. even if you hate it.
Work hard to get into
because you know what? When you're an adult, you're kind of going to start reading shit about string theory and bullshit, and you kind of want to know what people are talking about. Well,
high school
if you're
to me, like in retrospect to me, I mean, I had a pretty good high school experience because my town was so fucking small that like it was the same people K through 12 the whole time, so it didn't really matter that much. But high school in general is just meant for you to figure out what you want to do. Not necessarily even start doing it in high school, but it's meant as a social experiment to see where your mind wants to go. And then you spend college figuring that out.
Yeah.
And like high school is largely pointless. All that shit you learn is for like the 2 years you spend in biology 1 and 2, it adds up to making a fucking mitochondria joke 6 years later. Like it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, but that joke could be really good.
Oh yeah, dude. Duodenum's like duodenum, so like the Batman and Robin of your body.
That's George Carlin's known for his best mitochondria joke.
He's got a good mitochondria.
It doesn't matter.
Yep. No, but I'm telling you.
So what you're saying is you need to do well at math and science so that you can appreciate XKCD comics.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm not even.
I went to a community college for my first 2 years of college, and then went to a good university. And now, like everything before those last 2 years of my college doesn't mean anything.
No, it doesn't.
Nothing.
It doesn't add up to a fucking thing.
It means nothing.
But I felt my last 2 years of college were extremely relevant and extremely helpful. They were all journalism based. They were all people who knew their shit. They taught me everything I learned in like the last 2 years of 16, 12, and 4 is 16. 16 years of school.
Somebody messaged me I'm like 21. I think it's too late to go into journalism, especially games specialized in game journalism.
Well, 21 is not too late.
If you find a college that specializes in that, I didn't get my first shit posted until 26. So
yeah.
Now here's a dirty secret that increasingly people in games journalism don't have any real training. At all. It's all on the job. Like these are people. A lot of the Games Radar staff got internships.
I was an illustration major.
Yeah,
I had taken a couple.
You have an MFA, don't you? Or no, not BFA.
A BFA.
I'm not very smart.
My master's yet. Yeah,
and here we are.
I somehow, even though it's a journalism degree, have a BSA.
I don't know what that means.
Really?
Bachelor of Science.
I never bothered to learn what any of that shit meant because I do not fucking care. I hate it.
I don't care either, but I just thought because everyone else had a BF. A Bachelor of Fine Arts, but mine was Sciences.
That's
weird.
Okay, but journalism is
in journalism.
I don't know. Yeah. They call it science.
You studied the science of journalism.
It was very serious. Chris, I did find the email that Chris sent me about his. You said your parents were in town.
They are in town.
This is what he sent to me, telling me one that he's taking the day off the day that it is, rather than ahead of time at all.
He said I might be.
That's not an answer, and. This is the way he lets us know. It's just called, subject line is vacation day. And the email itself is, it's 2 sentences, doing cornball tourist horseshit with the people who melded their rotten genitals together to form.
You want me to read it?
You can try.
That'd be the funniest thing ever.
But I laughed that hard reading it. It's really
doing cornball tourist horseshit with the people who melded their rotten genitals together to forge me in the fires of failure. But I'll still be reachable via 21st century technology.
That was
Feart CM.
That was a dig at Eric.
And I like that you sign your emails can't.
Yes. It's my initial.
Chris just can't.
I can't.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
He's a Mexican.
Chris, he can fail.
Just the idea of rotten genitals and the fires of failure.
More phone calls. More phone calls.
Howdy, TDar dumbasses.
Hey!
We're off to a good start.
The show. I think you guys are doing a great job. This is Mitch from those internets.
Hi.
And basically, just wanted to ask you, you've got some crazy titles coming out this year.
We do?
With Medal of Honor, with Call of Duty Black Ops.
Oh, we published that.
With,
oh, yeah.
The Rock Band 3.
Who?
All this crazy crap.
Where?
That just looks amazing coming out this holiday season. And just wanted to know, if all these games came out tomorrow, if every single one just released tomorrow,
we would be just as skeptical.
They all released on the same day. What would be the first game that you went for, the first two? I mean, out of all those options, and Fable 3, and Fallout New Vegas, and crazy stuff, what are the first few or just the first game that you go
Wow,
for.
he keeps upping the number of games.
I'd
1,
really
2.
love to hear this on the show. I think you guys are doing a great job.
Yeah.
Well,
Probably having fun over at
you.
Comic-Con. Yeah,
That's
this is getting played like,
We did have fun.
3 months from now, you'll know when
We
I
did.
sent it.
We didn't express enough that we were frustrated, but we did have fun.
Yeah, I felt bad.
I know. In hindsight, there was a lot of pain in the ass shit.
I was
but it
telling
kinda-
Chris-
Wait, when is
fun.
this? When?
Comic-Con.
Oh, Comic-Con.
I was telling Chris,
all we did was
during
complain.
the Comic-Con podcast, all I did was complain, and I know there are so many people who wish they were there.
Yeah.
And now I feel bad about being a dick and going,
It-
I hate Comic-Con, there's too many people.
Well,
it
we
was
do the
good
same thing
work."
with E3.
It's just difficult. Well, this E3 was like
very hard
great.
to do our job.
Oh yeah,
E3 was
strangely.
E3 was fantastic.
But I just realized
Comic-Con is
we
only
were
difficult
bitching.
because we were trying to work. Like if I was
Yeah.
there just to enjoy it, different story completely.
So, I'm people who didn't get to go, I know I did and you didn't. I'm
didn't wanna-
sorry for complaining.
And since we're talking about shows really quick, we do have a panel at PAX on Sunday. So if you haven't bought tickets,
This Sunday?
well, on the Sunday of PAX,
Oh.
Yeah, not this Sunday.
like September 3rd or
Relax.
5th, I can't remember which one, but it's
It is
an Ask a Games
September.
journalist panel, which I believe will be me and Michael.
I will not be at that.
Of all the ones they approved,
Not
that
just
one.
the two of us.
I know, it'll be me, Michael, Logan from PC Gamer, and Gary Steinman.
Because they know all NeoGAF there will be able to put them on the video
Yeah.
game ethics committee.
Of course,
Will be
of
on.
course.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
This is going to be the worst panel.
But we will also, I believe the four of us, we're going to try to get the four of us in this place to go to PAX, and we're going to try to have some kind of unofficial TalkRadar meetup. So those of you who are going to PAX, we will
absolutely.
we
go to
will
a bar.
drink with you and talk about the games.
And I think
probably
honestly,
never
like
talk-
we didn't get our live
Yeah.
TalkRadar panel approved because they suck. But
They
I
were
mean,
rude.
We should just sit in our fucking
Never
booth
heard
and record it. And
We don't have a booth either.
We should just sit on the floor and
We can
record
totally
it.
do that.
Staying home.
Let's sit on the floor and record a podcast.
I'm interested to go and see who all listening goes to PAX, and then we can hang out.
Let's answer this guy's question.
Well, I forgot
Yeah.
what it was.
It was, if every
I buy Medal of
game
Honor or
came
Rock Band
out
3.
right
Yeah.
now, what
Honestly,
would you play?
I'm apathetic about 90% of the games you mentioned.
Yeah,
So it'd probably be Fallout New Vegas, probably
Yeah, I'd
Call
play
of Duty.
Fallout
It's
New
like
Vegas.
the thing is like, okay, I'm kind of excited for those. I'm sure they're going to be
Yeah.
excellent games, but it's not like the games
too
I was
far
really
off.
excited for are already here.
They're too far. I think they're too far off.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
the
the
previews
games-
you're
yeah.
reading, like I'm just.
That's true.
I only care about what's coming out in the next month.
Forget the games he mentioned. If games that like literally we don't know when they're coming out, like if LA Noire came
Yeah,
out,
that kind
I
of
would
shit.
play
Oh
that.
man,
But who knows when that's coming out? If Max Payne 3 came out now, I would play that. Who knows? Like Rockstar,
Yeah,
fuck
I
Rockstar.
remember.
They have no
Don't say
idea.
fuck Rockstar.
I'm actually, yeah.
Hey, I didn't-
They have every
I
idea.
didn't
They're just
say
not
that.
telling us.
You said that.
What?
I'm equally apathetic
Bullshit.
about this fall's lineup. I mean, I am looking. I think maybe the most forward I'm looking to is Kirby's Epic Yarn.
Did you say fall lineup or false lineup?
Is that
I
not
don't-
next? Is that
I
not
like
next
that.
year?
No,
False
Kirby's
lineup.
this fall along with Donkey Kong Country Returns.
Oh, I would love to play that.
But I played
So-
Medal of Honor, and wow, I really liked it. I really liked the multiplayer.
Yeah, see, that's a game I'm sure I'll play and like, but I'm not like I can't wait.
Oh,
I played
really
the
liked it.
multiplayer. I wasn't that into
I
it.
haven't
really
liked Medal of Honor for a long time.
Yeah,
so
not
it's-
Yeah, no, me neither. But I
2002.
really had a good
It's going to
time.
take a lot more than Linkin Park to get me back into Medal of Honor.
I mean, yeah, I'll play it. I'll probably enjoy it.
I don't have that queued up that fast.
Breaking the habit. I wrote a song about yelling
That sounds
real
like
loud.
a really lifeless and dispassionate answer now that I think about it. But yeah, it's like you said, Chris. They're too far off for us to get
They're too
excited
far
about.
Like,
we
it
haven't
is.
we haven't
It is.
properly worked up our hype motors yet.
I want to play Scott Pilgrim, but
Yeah,
do I
I'm
get
really
shit
excited
right
about
now?
that.
That was fun.
Yeah,
I
like
just
the
wanna
games
play
I'm
it.
like
I will.
super looking forward to, like
Oh my God.
like MVC3, Last Guardian. They're not
yeah.
even this year. Skyward Sword. It's
One
all
last
like,
phone call, honeys.
Okay.
Mwah. 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 Mwah.
Kissing my ear.
We love you too.
It tickles.
Is this Elmira?
I don't know. We still have 20 more seconds.
Kiss attack. My lips are so dry right now.
Okay. Who is this mystery kisser?
Well, we do have a TalkRadar hotline. 1-877
404
404
1337.
1337.
Call it.
DAR.
Oh yeah, the extension is 327 when you call it.
327. All right.
I'm getting that fuzzy feeling in my
Let's get
gut.
outta here.
All
I
those
gotta-
kisses in my ear.
Yeah, I know. I got a piss in my throat.
Oh.
Tyler might have to do it for me.
Piss out of my penis.
Teases for this and next week.
Oh man, I hope I'm not on vacation. I hope my fuck parents aren't in town.
I am, by the way. I want to tease.
parents.
First of all, I have an article for tomorrow, which is yesterday for you if you're listening to this on Friday. Thursday, I have an article which I'm not done yet, which both Chris and Brett don't have entries to me for.
I sent you mine earlier today.
You absolutely did not. You're lying.
It's check your email.
It's just like the question of the week.
I will check my email.
Check your email.
It's the best RTS unit. You guys will love it. You've already seen it.
I have a feeling we're going to go home together and talk for a while. I'll send you my entry then.
If I'm really lucky,
I can hand you my entry in a fucking...
If I'm lucky, it went up on time. Do you guys like news?
Yeah.
I hope you don't like news, because I'm not going to be doing it tomorrow while I'm finishing this feature that was supposed to be done today.
I'm going to try to, since
I
it's
hope
Friday.
Brett's not mad.
I wrote my entry for you on the dry erase board in our apartment. So
Okay.
I'm going to, as far as I know right now, I want to do a complete run-through of Limbo on Ustream Friday.
That's kind of cool.
Started at like maybe 4 and probably get done around 8. That's kind of my hope.
By the way, Limbo, awesome.
Limbo is a great game.
I want to play it.
So I'm gonna try to do that today.
Maybe I'll play it when I take 2 weeks off.
Yeah, you gotta take 2 weeks off.
I got all the time to take off.
Remember, I wanted to thank everybody for Ark-Rise Fantasia, and then...
Dude.
No, not funny? All right.
No, I dream about that game. Yes. That game's in my dreams.
Yes.
So good.
It should mean better things for us. Ark-Rise Fantasia.
I bought 3 copies. They come in handy around the house.
That's true. I remember Transformers War for Cybertron. We're giving that away. Maybe Charlie will have us Alan Wake the Signal.
If you've got an uneven table,
free.
an extra copy, you'll fix that table right up.
All right. We're
And
gonna get out of here.
Trailer Trash. Me and Chris and Lizzie
True.
are in Trailer Trash. It's my first one. And I just wanted to mention we watched the trailer for El Shaddai, which we made fun of a lot.
Oh, El Shaddai.
Yeah, mainly because of the
dude's
the giant package.
crotches. Yeah.
And then I watched the trailer, and yes, we're making fun of it, but
it looks really cool.
Holy shit, it looks super cool. I kind of want to play it.
Also from Ignition. Ark-Rise Fantasia.
Wow, look at that. Damn.
Is it?
Synergy.
Yes.
Well, El Shaddai looks kind of great. I want to play it.
Yes, that was really unrelated from our paid
kinda
hype
cool.
train.
Wow. Well, I want to play both their games.
All right, I'm going to try and find a StarCraft song to close this out. Let's get out of here.
I got something to plug.
Oh, please.
Gaming's most devastating genital attacks.
There you go.
Now you
Read
understand.
it. Love it.
Why every
Cringe.
morning...
Cringe!
Brett has been going, Michael, you've got genitals, yeah? And then we've all been... Oh, and then it registers there's an article.
Genital attacks.
Michael has genitals.
24-hour marathon, August 20th. Forgot.
Yeah, fucking get in on that.
All right, TalkRadar is over!
Your forces are under attack. Your forces are under attack. Not enough minerals.